The Wild Wild West.
We're live here with Marcus King. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Thank you for doing this.
Dude, thanks for
Very
having
pumped.
me. Yeah.
I was texting you the other day. I was listening to your first album. Shred so fucking hard, dude.
There's some wild stuff on that first record.
It's pretty tight, dude.
Thanks.
Well, I was wondering this too. By the way, if you don't know who Marcus King is, he's obviously rock god. What's your go-to? What would they say? Like, is it rock, blues? What's your? Are you confined to one genre?
Man, I never have. I just like a lot of different kinds of music.
Yeah.
If I'm in the airport, I usually just pick one and tell people that I play rock and roll or country or whatever I'm in the mood for that day.
Well, you fucking shred, dude. I was walking my dogs. I was a little drunk. We had like a kids party, so
yeah.
I got a little too turned up at it. But I was recovering. I was walking. By the way, too, this is a aside. They sell weed seltzers now here in Texas.
Really?
Yeah, you just go to the liquor store, and there's just I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this can't be real. It's real.
How
I spiked a cooler with a bunch of those weed seltzers.
how strong are they?
They're like 5 milligrams, 10. Some of them are 10, which I think is dastardly. You can't be dropping 10 milligrams of an edible, just like, because that's one of those things anyone will pick it up and they see a label, they're like, this is legit.
Right.
So I just put like 8 of them in there, being like, yeah, if that's your thing. But then like I was talking to my one friend, he goes, I didn't even know this is a weed seltzer. He's drinking it. I'm like, oh shit, that's my bad, brother. He's like, I don't
That'll
care.
get you.
It will. But so I was walking at a nice little walk at nighttime, and I was listening to your first album. I'm like, dude, you fucking shred. I'm not just slobbing your knob. I'm like,
dude, you fucking shred.
Dude, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to shred. I'm a baby shredling, dude. But you can I was listening, and it's like, if you're country, if you're blues, like you said, you kind of just bounce around. Because I do feel like you can get kind of stuck, and I heard you talking about this on the other podcast, getting stuck in that pentatonic. I mean, sorry, we're going deep on musical theory.
Yep.
But you can get stuck in that one sound, and when I was listening to your first album especially, I was just like, dude, you really can, dance around and like jump out of stuff, and it was cool. It was really like, it was fresh the whole time. It was tight.
Man, I appreciate that, dude. I mean, I just try to, with the guitar, just try to express what I'm feeling in here, and I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, so just play the guitar.
That's awesome.
That seemed to do it.
When did you start playing?
I was probably like 3 or 4 years old.
What?
Yep. I was like a latchkey kid, and I'd spend a lot of times just at the house alone with records and my guitar, playing guitar.
When you were like 3 though, how did you play?
I had a little bitty.
Could you shred?
A little bitty Les Paul. My dad taught me like Louie by the Kingsmen, and I just kind of went on from there.
Damn, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I feel bad because I played in high school a lot, and there is something to like when you play when you're a kid. You're never gonna have that much time again. Like I would sit there for hours and just play, and if I talk to adults who are like, I want to start playing. It's like you're never gonna have unless you can just take all day off or get unemployed.
Well, I mean, my family all played too, so I always thought about it like a bilingual family. Like you grow up learning Spanish, and it's just kind of second nature to you.
Yeah,
because your folks speak it in the household. But that's how guitar was for me. I just kind of picked it up because my grandfather and my dad and my uncles all played.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So were they traveling musicians?
So they're what we call weekend warriors.
Okay.
My grandfather was like career service in the Air Force and just played honky-tonks every weekend. Mm-hmm. And my dad still is a touring musician. He's 71 now.
Damn, really?
Uh-huh.
So what was that like when your dad was on? Because I worry about that. I'm always on tour. I'm on tour a lot, so I'm like, do my kids, does this bother them? I can't tell. They're so young. I'm like, I hope it doesn't bother them.
Right.
Did it bother you?
Well, I mean, my dad, when my parents got divorced when I was like 4, he kind of dropped everything and got a straight job, became a contractor.
Really?
And, looking back on it now, I could tell that he just fucking hated that. So around the time I was like 11, I was playing good enough where he was like, I'll just bring you with me, shit,
Really?
My sister would stay back at home with my grandparents, and I'd go out with him.
Oh, really?
So I started playing bars and, music venues when I was like 11.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they'd be like, man, that little girl you got up there sounds great. I still get misgendered online.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude. People on the Instagram comments are always asking if I'm like a transgender. Which, I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I'm not.
Yeah,
But
for sure. I mean, if you're not, you could say, you could plainly state, like, yeah, I don't, don't do that.
since I was like 11 years old, though, man, yeah.
Really?
Like, that little girl is rocking.
Your dad's like, shut up, dude. Just go with it. It's just fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool, though. So you were literally just, how did that happen? You were just shredding for your pa, and he was like, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck contracting. Let's go play music.
Right. I mean, yeah, we're going, like, we would tour just like everywhere we could to get me back in time to go to school the next day. And I always kind of looked at it like, the tribe goes out and hunts.
Yeah,
Like you become a certain age, you just go out with the men and hunt.
Fuck, dude.
That's what it kind of felt like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of like stuff were you seeing? Like, was it like wild, or was it kind of like pretty chill and tame?
It was fucking crazy, especially like by the time I got to be like 13, I started booking my own gigs outside of my dad's band. So I was like 13 and 14 is when I got my learner's permit, and I had to have a licensed driver in the car. So I had like my two,
But you got your permit at. Oh, wait. When can you drive?
So I'm from South Carolina. So in South Carolina, I got like a working permit because I was able to work at that age.
Gotcha.
So I got that, which was like super restricted, and I could drive with a licensed driver in the car, and it was like an extended, learner's permit kind of thing. So I had a bass player who was 18. My drummer was like 35 with kids. And I had like grown men, and I had like a fake email. I would book us, have us working like 4 or 5 nights a week. And I'd end up in like Asheville, North Carolina, and this like crazy old bartender lady was just like trying to, teach me about being a man, and just like all these crazy stories.
She was trying to usher you into.
Trying to usher me into adulthood. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Some wild stories out there. Yeah.
How'd you feel about that at 13? I mean, Florida, I'm guessing.
It was pretty exhilarating. Yeah.
So did you look younger? Because, you were just a boy.
Yeah, I'm just a
pup.
pup.
You had your permit, so.
I did have my permit. I was driving my 94 Pontiac Transport minivan, and I had my rig, the PA. I had my bass player's rig. It was a good deal for him. And, I found out, like, later, like, we would go work in Asheville, North Carolina twice a week. We'd go up on Monday. I'd play a gig. And unbeknownst to me, he was, like, moving some serious weight. And I didn't realize it. He was just, like, filling his gig bag with, like, a QP every time we go up. We'd come back down to Greenville. I think the statute of limitations were good now. But he'd come back and then move it, and then we'd go back up and play a different gig Thursday.
Oh, that's so funny.
And he'd pay the guy. But we used to work this club called the Hole in the Wall. It was spelled Hole in the Wall.
Yeah.
And like a couple people got stabbed, and they maintained, their liquor license, and then somebody got shot and killed. That's when they closed down finally.
Really?
But I was like all of 14 years old in there working, and
just driving quaps around, no idea. You had the QP on you.
Yeah, dude.
Just like on your learner's permit.
Sketchy as hell. I don't know how I got out of some of the situations I was in, but
yeah. So did you ever have a job then, or you just did the music stuff?
When I was 16, I had a job at Mellow Mushroom.
I actually like that place a lot.
Mellow Mushroom's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. I got fired twice from that same job, but the manager was a buddy of mine, and just
pretty mellow about it.
He was pretty
chill. He was chill. So they fired. You got the fire rehire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what did you get fired? Was it him who fired you? Or like the hires up fired you, and then you kind of had you're able to come back?
So I was working back of the house. I was a dishwasher, and then I got fired just for being kind of a slacker.
Yeah.
And then I came back and I was front of house, and I was trying to like quasi-unionize the hosts, because we did everything. We bust the tables, we took drink orders, and, we didn't get tipped out at the end of the day. And I think, I was being a little bit too, I
see what you're saying. You wanted it on the waiter's tips.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on with this? Like, we work our asses off. And
let us get some of that back end. Some restaurants do that, though. I've worked in restaurants where as a busboy, you'd get a little bit of the waitress's tips.
Yeah.
And it was it was a pittance, dude. They were making probably like $400 a night, and they'd slide you like $40. You'd be like, sweet.
Yeah, the money got funny.
I got the bartender's tips. There was a bartender named Matt. I worked in a restaurant. There's a bartender named Matt, so they gave me the wrong envelope, and I was just like, oh. I would get like $40 as a busboy, and I had like $400 in an envelope, and I was just like, fuck yeah. Like, we gave you the wrong envelope. I was like, no, you didn't.
I don't think you did.
I was like, I don't think you did. And they're like, no, we did. I'm like, nope, said Matt on it. Like, how much was in it? I'm like, I don't even remember.
You gotta have a little bit of hustle about you.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, if someone hands you an envelope of cash, now I would have obviously I'd return it to the rightful owner. But back then, I was a bit of a dog. I'd be like, nah, that's mine. I'm taking that.
Right.
So you started as a kid. That's crazy. I didn't know you could even start. I guess you can't do it anymore. Maybe.
I don't know, man. I don't know really how I worked around that, but I was really, I knew what I wanted to do from a young age, so I had that going for me. I had a lot of gumption.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get the fuck out of there.
Was there any like nightmares? Or I mean, I'm sure there were just like absolute nightmare gigs or like any meltdown. Have you ever freaked out on stage and melted down?
Well, I played a cruise one time. We used to work the cruise circuit a little bit, like blues cruises and shit. And like this particular blues cruise, I mean, I had gone off one morning and was trying to find some drugs. And like the first like T-shirt vendor guy I came to, this was in like one of the little port cities in Mexico. And I was like, where I can find a little, weed? And he's like, I think you want something a little stronger. And like, I was like, how'd you know? How'd you fucking know? And I got in the van with him and he took me out in the middle of nowhere and they gave me some good coke, but they robbed me blind and like took me to an ATM and strongly suggested I pull out some more money for the driver.
Oh, I see. So they did sell you the coke.
Yeah.
And they were
but
like,
they did half of it with me.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of a smooth grift.
Yeah. You can't be too mad. Like, we sold. So they basically were like, it'll be this amount. Took you to the ATM, be like, withdraw funds.
Yeah.
And sent you on your way with half of it. It
was kind of like, are you not going to tip my mom for all the tequila you drank?
Yeah.
Are you not going to tip the driver?
They
and I
just
was like, man, you just took all my money. I don't have. They're like, well, there's an ATM right here, man. You should get. So it was a smooth grift. I respect the hustle, but they didn't kill me, which is nice.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But I got back on the boat, and I had a real bad drinking problem, and on those cruise ships, it was international water, so a lot of people would kind of turn the other way. I was 18 and 19.
Yeah.
It was kind of like we're out in the middle of the ocean. This kid can drink,
Dude, I got served on a cruise at like 14.
Right.
I was with my friend's family, went on a cruise, and we were just ordering beer, and they were like, whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't care at all.
They didn't give a shit because it's just all the, like, for the most part, like on the Norwegian boats, it was all like Indonesian workers.
Yeah.
I noticed. And, they would serve me, but I had a meltdown on that cruise.
On a blues cruise?
I was just like, on a blues cruise, way too drunk, and just like had a full cup, like the size of this coffee cup of just whiskey, neat, and just dropped it, and it spilled all over the fucking stage. And I got pissed off, started throwing furniture around.
Damn.
In the lounge.
What happened? Did you get fired from the blues cruise?
No.
They were like, whatever.
They asked us back the next year.
It's kind of tight. If I was at a blues cruise and the dude just melted down on stage, I'd be like, this fucking rules.
Yeah. I mean, it was the most punk rock thing happening on that boat.
Did you still play or did you not play that night?
That was after the gig.
Oh, really?
I always managed to get through the show.
Yeah.
That's when the last time I I quit drinking, and I've quit drinking many times, but the last time was because I was still able to get the shows done. And as long as I was getting the shows done, like nobody was really too concerned about me.
Yeah.
And that's no good because I can always get the work done.
Really?
Because I love it,
Yeah, how drunk can you get and play? I've always wondered that.
I can get really drunk and play, but singing is a whole other thing.
You just mumble through it?
Yeah. Start jawing and shit.
Is it drinking and Coke or just drinking?
Yeah.
They're two peas in a pod?
Oh, yeah. The best peas. Somebody, sometimes, when I'm playing, like, and I think all guitar players are guilty of this. Like, Mayer's a real culprit of, like, just the crazy mouth shit that you do.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of you're not thinking and you're reacting. But they posted a video of me playing, and somebody was like, this dude's totally gacked up. And I don't really usually respond, but, like, I let it just simmer for, like, 48 hours, and I responded. I was like, dude, you have no idea how much I miss cocaine. So
you weren't even on coke?
No.
You're making guitar face.
I was just guitar facing.
Everybody does, yeah.
Which is the same as cocaine face.
True. Oh, yeah, you start getting like...
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. You can kind of fly under the radar, I guess, because if you're not like, I was just making guitar face. I'm not coked out. I don't like coke, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never done it, to be fair. I don't like the idea of it. I heard everyone I tell it to, they go, you should try it. It's fantastic. And I say, no, I'm not going to. I don't like it. I got convinced at a young age. I was like, that shit's fucking, it's bad.
Yeah, don't listen to those guys.
Think it's bad?
My dad's only advice to me was like, never do cocaine because you'll love it. Which I absolutely did.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah. Yeah, people do it casually now, too. A lot of younger people I talk to are just like, oh, dude, like, we're just bumping some coke. And like, they're like young, like, frat kids now. Just do blow.
Yeah.
It was like, when I went to college, that was a big deal. If you did coke, it was kind of like, a lot of people did it. But it was kind of like, now it's as acceptable now, I think, as smoking weed.
Right.
I could be wrong. I don't frequent frats, but just like the stuff I hear about it, like, yeah, dude, we do some bumps and get out there. And I'm like, dude, people used to like hide. When I was younger, people were like hide. People still, I guess, kind of do hide a little bit.
Right. That was always kind of my thing, was like, you'd be at a party and then everyone would be in the bathroom. And there's like 30 of you in the bathroom. I'm like, why don't we just bust this out on the coffee table instead of all crowding around the toilet?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just, my problem is I didn't do it, and I knew people who did, and I hung out with people on coke, not on coke, a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this fucking sucks. So it really kind of turned me off to it forever.
Right.
Because it's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
If someone's on coke and you're not, it's like, please get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's a tough hang.
It's a wildly tough hang.
It's not fun.
So, bro, you fucking go. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, they always got big ideas. But
shredding on stage, gacked out and drunk, is probably pretty tight. Pros and cons. It's probably kind of fun.
I mean, whatever the buzz is that you like, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Having it while you're doing what you love, you know.
Yeah, but this is a question for you. Do you even now, off of that, is it really? Because I think a lot of that for me is like a kind of a blanket over inferiority issues. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of it kind of like just gets you able to like get out there and do your thing. You're pretty good, obviously, at guitar. You're fantastic at it. Do you still have those, like, do you feel like you need to kind of drug yourself a little bit to kind of like, was it that the issue, or is it just you could perform, but it was like, yeah, why not? I might as well party.
I think that was a lot of it, because now, like, the stage fright, it's like, it's so much worse.
It is worse.
Yeah, so much worse. Like being sober.
Yeah.
And like just having a little something to get you out there, and just having that confidence, because it is a lot of inferiority, and you get out there, and like once I'm like 5 minutes in, I'm like, all right, this will be all right.
Yeah.
But like those 5 minutes before showtime, I'm just,
Yeah, and you can't address it. I've always wondered if you can go out. I've done that with stand-up. You'd be like, I'm like to fuck around. Like, yeah, I'm kind of having like a panic attack for the first 5 minutes. And like crowds are like, stop that right now.
They don't like it.
We don't want to hear this shit. We want to see you perform. Yeah, it's like,
dance. I've tried to address it many times. And they're like, no, just play the song.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, stand-up is similar, where it's like you have to do it. And I'm the same way. I can just inhabit like a mental torture chamber. I'm better now with it, because I feel like what's helped me is, instead of focusing on myself, I just focus on the people who are watching it, and like, I'm just going to do my best to let them have fun.
Yeah.
And like when you get out of your like, I need to be great, I need to be the best, and just be like, it's literally, they call it de-reflection. There's like a term for it, where you're just like, I want these guys to have a good time, and you focus on making them have a good time rather than like, am I doing good enough? And I think it makes everything a lot easier. I mean, and you have fun. Like, you end up having more fun, which,
right.
It runs counter to all the stuff you hear, where it's like, you have to suffer. If you suffer, then the good things will happen. It's like, you can not suffer and good things will happen too.
Right.
Just, takes half your life to learn that. And by then you're like, oh, fuck, I wish I knew that.
Right. I mean, like the philosophical thing behind it, like we were talking about Rick Rubin and his book.
Oh, yeah.
And his whole thing is like, put the audience last, which was always really foreign to me. Because I'm like you, I like to, you call it de-reflection, right?
Yeah.
It's like, as long as they're having a good time, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I've also got a 7-piece band behind me, so I can kind of lean on them.
Yeah.
And like try to entertain them to a degree, and not focus on the larger audience in front of me.
Yeah.
That's worked for me in the past, but I couldn't imagine being up there alone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I've tried to play music a couple times, and that's harder for me, because when you're doing stand-up, you're getting feedback in real time. Like, if people aren't laughing, it's like red alert. This isn't going well. This isn't going well. But when and they laugh, it relaxes you.
Yeah.
When I would play music, the whole time I would just like watch people in the crowd like, dude, do they fucking hate this? And I would just stare. Then the song will be over and a couple people will clap and I'd be like, I guess that's good. There's no like, you're not getting that the feedback kind of relaxes you and everyone says that does music. They're like, stand-up's crazy. It's like, I don't know. I think it's easier. I could be wrong. I mean,
that's a wild take.
Having a band behind you. I mean, I wasn't that good though. So I'd be worried about like missing a string and I'd be like, fuck. So I don't know.
I mean, as long as I got my boys with me, they kind of keep me humble.
Yeah.
My drummer points out a lot of the mistakes I make.
Really?
Yeah. He's a stickler.
Really? Oh, that's good though.
That's good to have. You
can't get too loose. Yeah, you can't get too loose, especially if I mean, I guess you could if somebody fucks up. If I'm like watching a band and somebody like fucks up a chord and like kind of laughs and keeps playing, I'm not gonna be like, what the fuck was that?
Right. You don't ask for your money back.
Yeah.
But I mean, we also grew up in the service industry.
True.
So.
I only was in the restaurants briefly. I did construction, but similar. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's not similar, but yeah, you do what you actually, I guess when you do that kind of work though, you do like, I've heard this from waiters especially. They're like, people who do construction usually leave, like blue collar type jobs, whatever it is, they usually leave better tips. Yeah. Just because they're like, you know what it's like to be at a job that sucks. You're like, yeah, here's
it's
some
tough.
Money. That shit sucks.
I mean,
what you're doing sucks. What I'm doing sucks. Here's some extra money.
Yeah. I've heard the same thing, and I was in the service industry long enough to realize, like,
mellow. Talking mellow mushroom.
Talking mellow mushroom.
At the end, man.
I was there just long enough. I was a mellow man, just long enough to not get frustrated about how long it's going to be for a wait for a table.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, to be like, all right, man. Yeah, like, especially if you work in a restaurant, dude. I worked. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I was in my brother's taco truck, and I remember like. When people are waiting for their food, they're like especially angry. Like if you're in a restaurant and you're like, hey, we took the day off, we're closed, people show up and they're furious. Like you see, I do it. If I show up to a place and like they're normally open, they're closed, it takes me like 10 seconds to calm down. Because you're like thinking, it's like primal. You're thinking of a meal you're about to eat, and they're like, you can't have it. And you're like, all right, that's fine, man. But it fucks you up. But yeah. So I remember like, we were in like a little lunch truck, so I would just watch people waiting angrily and just be like, my brother would be cooking in the back and I'd be like, just another couple minutes, everybody. And then like you'd run out of food and there'd be a guy who's waiting half an hour and you have to be like, bro, we're out of food, bro, my bad. And they'd be like, what the fuck? And you're like, yeah, I get it, man.
That's how you get an active shooter on your hands.
I know.
It is really primal,
It is, man. Dude, if I waited for a half an hour, like, hey, we don't have any food, my bad, here's your money back, I'd freak. I'd call the cops. I think I'm calling the fucking police.
That happened to us recently with my drummer, actually. Like, everybody finally got their meal, and, like, what he wanted, they came around, gave everybody their food, and they didn't bring his, and they were like, yeah, we're actually out of that. And it's like, why are you just now telling me, And they were like, you want something else? And he was, no.
He fasted?
He's a grump when it comes to food. Like,
dude, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
He hunger striked. I would have done a hunger strike as well. I'd be like, I won't eat then.
He protested.
I'll be hungry, and you guys will pay for it.
He just sat there and watched everyone eat.
Damn, dude. Yeah, so how was it? So you said you did your last album with Rick Rubin.
Yep.
How was that?
It was interesting, man. I mean, it was a long process because he's super mysterious guy.
Dude, I was trying to figure out what the guy. I had seen him in stuff. And I was like, I learned he doesn't play any instruments, right?
Mm-mm.
Plays no instruments. And I was like, how does he produce all these, like all this musical stuff? And his mystery almost perverted my mind to being a hater, where I was like, I think he's full of shit.
Right.
And then I read his book and I'm like, fuck, this is the coolest dude I think that might have ever lived.
It's super interesting.
The book's awesome. Because
he does try, like the way I've explained it is he's like a ambassador of music for the human population.
Dude, I would hear shit like that. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. And then I read his book and I'm like, yeah, he could do that. I was like, he for real, it might just be the coolest dude.
Yeah. And he'd come in and we'd listen to stuff, and he's always like just barefoot, and he wears like, these Thai fisherman pants, which are like these huge pants.
I want to wear those so fucking bad. I don't have the courage.
I don't either.
You know how much courage it took me to wear my biohacking ring, dude? This is my Oura ring. I've been hiding it under the table, dude. I'm not a 2-ring man.
Yeah, I got rings.
Yeah, maybe I am. Fuck that, dude.
My
I'm a
wife
rock
won't
guy.
let me wear the Thai fisherman pants.
Why not?
She hates them.
We have to. Well, let me Google these things real quick. I want to see. I think I know what you're. They're like the long, flowy, like almost Kung Fu Master looking pants.
Big time.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'm just. Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, that's all I want to wear. Every time I see people in them, I'm like, I'm a coward and I won't wear these things.
And it doesn't work for me. So says my wife. But he'd flow in with those and like a big iced coffee or like a tea, and he would just like, he lays down in meetings a lot.
What?
Like while he's talking to you, he just lays down.
Then how did you feel? So who produced your other album? You had other people producing, obviously.
Yeah, well, I've worked with like Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys. I worked with this producer named Dave Cobb, who did a lot of the Chris Stapleton and Sturgill Simpson stuff.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of different producers, and all of them kind of have their weird quirk.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, you got to step back and remember, like, you know, I'm paying for this guy to produce the record, so I'm going to lean into, like, their process.
Yeah.
So a lot of personality mirroring, like, end up laying down on the adjacent couch talking to Rick.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I'm like, I'll take my shoes off and lay down and talk to you.
And he just, because his book, the way he approaches his book is pretty cool. And you were saying he instructs you the opposite. He's like, fuck the audience, do your thing.
Yeah, it's like
so hard to do, dude.
And that book, like, I read it after we worked together, and like hearing him talk, and like, I mean, he practices what he preaches, you know. And
yeah.
He's such a big fan of music and of comedy too. Like, he loves comedy. And I was in Italy working with him when he was about to, you know, go on Rogan and talk about his book.
Yeah.
And he was like nervous, you know. It was really to see him kind of have these like human emotions.
Yeah, because I guess you kind of like legendize him in your mind. You're like, dude, Rick Rubin doesn't get nervous. You can't wear.
You think about him, you think about him floating and shit.
Yeah,
you know, like, and Flying Lotus.
I'm telling you, anyone, I would recommend his book. I like started, especially if you're like trying to write something or do something, or even like if you're just like trying to chill at your job. That's my mission right now. Is like, how can I just make my inner world as peaceful as possible? It's obviously hard, dude. I fail all day, every day. But his book, you read it and you're like, damn, it's a cool approach to just like sitting, brainstorming, letting like ideas flow, letting them take shape and like creating things. It's, you know, that's the one thing I think a lot of people who aren't in, like, whenever I heard the term, like, I'm a creative, I dislike it. Because I think anyone can do a cool, like, you can like build something in your backyard. You can do like all this stuff. And I think that's a lot of people get frustrated because they'd have no creative outlet. It's like, I think it's a, you know, it's like a God-given right for every man or person or girl, whatever, to like do something other than like wake up, stare at your phone, go to a job you hate, go home, watch TV, and go to. I think that's like it kills you.
Yeah,
dude,
really.
Build a thing, draw something, dude. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But if you read that Rubin book, I think that helps people like get out of their head. Like, I read it and it was just fantastic.
Yeah, I'd recommend it to anybody because I agree with you, man. I think anybody can do something creative, and it really it helps you.
Dude, dig like a fish pond.
Yeah.
Like, that would be all. I want to do that, dude. It's like you can do literally. People think like it. In my opinion, it's like the commercial aspect is like a hard kind of brick wall for a lot of people, because if they think of something that's like deemed like creative or artistic, they go, well, I could never sell that. It's like, who gives a fuck, dude?
Right. Just
build a fucking statue in your yard. You're a little crazy, but it's like the satisfaction you would get if you got good at building a statue, digging like a fish pond, anything like that. I mean, it's unmatched.
You got to be okay with failing.
Yeah.
And that's the approach I take to every gig. If I can find like that transcendental place on stage, and it's hard. But like, I think I even heard you talk about this, like if you're doing something like the assembly line, you know, you're doing a repetitive motion over and over.
Oh, yeah,
it kind of unlocks like that creative side of your brain.
That's what, what was that guy's name? I think Adam Smith. That was the guy who he was like one of the thinkers in capitalism. He thought, that was what he thought though. And I think it is right, because when I would paint houses especially, if you're doing a repetitive task, it does unlock you to think about other stuff. But he had this dream where like people would work in like dog food factories and then like just start coming up with these sick ideas. And it turns out it's like, no, a lot of people will just stare at a fucking wall too. So that is but I agree. If you have that capacity to like, for your mind to float, it's like, yeah, when you do something that's like manual labor intensive, your brain really can.
Yeah. Like my wife, when she started she has like a trucker hat company, and she started it out of our garage, and I'd just go down there and make boxes, and I'd make the same box over and over and over again, and I would come up with so many ideas, and I would just write them down,
Yeah.
and it kind of led me to like, now when I write, a lot of times I'll have like a show that I've seen 1,000 times, like The Office or like The Big Lebowski, something that I've seen 1,000,000 times, that'll kind of get those gears turning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of stimulating my brain, but I don't have to think about what's going to happen because I know what
No, that's a cool idea. I used to trash Adam Smith for his take when he would be like, yeah, you're going to get guys in factories. They're going to unlock the next level and unleash all the secrets.
Right.
When in reality, a lot of them were just bored to death. But
yeah.
I do agree, though. That works for me, too. When I would do manual labor, any of that stuff, where like I used to have to, it was working with my dad and my uncles, and they would like knock a building down, pick up like concrete, like chunks of rock, bricks, plastic, metal, and wood, and they would just dump it, and you had to separate them into like those 5 categories.
Yeah.
And I would do that for like 8 hours a day, and like, dude, you really do, like, you can hit a flow state.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight.
There's something healing about that in my mind, like having a task and just getting it done. Like we've been in the moving process. I'm like, I got to get this couch from here to the truck, from the truck to the storage unit, and just like doing it and just sweating and like earning your rest at the end of the night.
Dude, and I'm telling you, man, people like, because I've done jobs that are purely physical. I'd work with my dad. He's like, look, I need you from the neck down today. I don't want to hear anything. I don't need any ideas. I just need you to lift that and put that there. Because I'd be like, what if we do it this way? He'd be like, don't want to hear it. Do that there to there. That's it. But like, yeah, and it's like, when you do a job, I always wanted to have a job where I just use my brain, but then it's like you do get to the point where like, dude, I would love to move some boxes right now.
Yeah.
And people who move all day are like, fuck you, dude. You think I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, just let me, when I like get to carry shit, like if I do yard work, I'm in heaven, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, if you do it all day, every day, you're like, all right, man, fuck this. This shit sucks.
Yeah.
But good point. We've hit a dead end of the conversation. So, and how many albums do you have? 4 do you have or 5?
So it's kind of weird the way it was. So I did 3 records with my guys it was Marcus King Band.
Yeah.
And then I did a record called El Dorado, and it wasn't my guys. It was the first album I did without my band, so I didn't feel right calling it Marcus King Band.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought this would make everything a lot simpler, and it actually just kind of convoluted everything. Because now I see articles that refer to me as like the former lead singer of the Marcus King Band, which is like a brain pretzel. Just it doesn't make any sense.
Marcus King, aka former lead singer of the Marcus King Band.
Yeah, it's still the same band, or at least my drummer. Relationships kind of ebb and flow, and you grow.
Yeah.
And some people don't grow with you, and then you come to those hard moments in life where you kind of have to move on, and they have to move on or stay behind.
Yeah.
But I've got 3 out with my group, and I think 3 as a solo artist, as it were. But it's still my band on the road, and me and my band just did a record together that we're going to put out next year. Okay,
so you guys were the Marcus King Band, and then you went solo. Who were the musicians you used when you went solo? Did you just like bring different people in here or there, or did you have a different band that was with you when you did solo stuff? Was it some of your Marcus King Band? Like, how'd that work?
Right. So that was another, like, kind of trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked with Dan Auerbach, he's like, I got, like if you like the Memphis Boys, they worked on all like the Dusty Springfield, Elvis Presley, Bobby Womack, that kind of thing. And they're all like 80 years old, but they're incredible musicians. And they played on that record with me. And just watching them work was just astounding.
Did a record with 80-year-olds?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
That record, El Dorado, everybody on that record's like 70 plus.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was incredible.
They must be like wizards at that point.
They are. I mean, it was really just like, how do you say, like, like wizards.
That's crazy. Yeah, you can't really hate on it. That's what I was curious about. People get like that. It's a tough thing. Like I think who was saying this, or like when you have a band, it's like having like 5 girlfriends, because you really do have to like you have to maintain all. That's the one thing I will say. Stand up's easier because if you have a band, you have to like maintain all these different schedules, all these different people's lives, all these wants and needs, where if like, it's got to be difficult.
It's like a marriage.
Yeah.
It really is. And it gets hard.
Yeah, how was the solo move to like doing solo stuff kind of freeing, or like how'd you feel about it?
I mean, in some ways it was freeing, and you know, like now I just really crave like that familial aspect and like working together as a team.
Yeah.
To have something that's creatively like ours, and we did that. We cut it down in Macon, Georgia, and Macon, Georgia is just a really fascinating place to me. Like, they've got like this export. It's like this powdery substance that they have reservoirs there for. It's like this protein that you need it to. It's like Kyolite or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No, Macon, Georgia exports a protein powder.
Yeah, not a protein powder, but like it's like a natural resource that you need to build like most shit.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying. Yeah.
So
they mine it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like because of that, it's all like still mom and pop there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have like a lot of chain places in that town. So it's like a really old school feeling town. And we went there and cut a record. It was really, really cool.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Neil Young had something similar with his band was Crazy Horse, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would like go off and on where he like would do a solo thing, come back with Crazy Horse, do a solo thing, come back. And I was like thinking about Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young a lot. And like all those they had the band, then they had their own little solo things.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of thought about Neil Young.
Yeah.
Like as somebody to model a career after, because he kind of accomplished that idea of having a band, having the solo shit. And then,
he did.
You know, do whatever.
He fucking crushed it. He had that catalog in the 80s was wild, dude. We got into Vocoder phones, dude. That was fucking crazy.
I haven't dug much into his catalog in the 80s.
He had I feel like he like just he for real like crushed it straight through. The 80s he just did his own. He was like chilling with Devo a lot.
That's
Which I could see that if I was in the 70s and 80s, I've never heard of 80s music and it was coming out, I would dip my toes into it as well.
Right.
And then he came back in the 90s real hard, and you know, he's been touring for what, forever. 50, 60 years. That's
one fella I'd really like to meet.
Yeah.
But you know, like
he's a grump, dude.
I heard.
He's a grump. My dad loves Neil Young, and he'll come home from his concert. He's like fucking bitching about politics again. I'm fucking goddamn, he gets so mad. He's like fucking crying about the goddamn president. My dad loves Neil Young. My dad loves Al Stewart. My dad's seen Al Stewart 40 fucking times. He's seen Neil Young a bunch of times. He's like, yeah, fucking Neil Young's crying about fucking politics again. You come home all pissed off. But my dad went to see Al Stewart recently in Poconos, in like the mountains in Pennsylvania, and he was like, it was him and a bunch of gay guys. My dad said these two gay guys were singing every song right next to him, and he's like, dude, I just couldn't focus on Al Stewart.
Wow.
But yeah, I grew up. My dad was I think my dad was a huge fan of music. He had this like when we were younger. He had this it was like this double-sided cassette case where he just had like 48 tapes, like little like cassette tapes, and he would carry it around in his truck, and he'd always just like blast different, like, dude, going to work with him was so fun because he would just blast like Neil Young and all these other just like 70s, like we got into like NXS for a while, which is funny. Yeah, it was weird, man. He had a very like kind of eclectic music taste.
Right.
And he would get home from work and he would just like hit a tape in the deck, fire it up, and just sit by a fire and just blast albums. It was really nice.
I mean, it's great to have that growing up. People who have an eclectic sense or taste in music. My dad was like that. My grandfather listened to a lot of country and western. My grandmother loved like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and my father loved rock and roll. So I had a really eclectic kind of mix of music when I come home from school.
Yeah, I always felt, I don't know, I've ever been in someone's house and there's just like no music at all.
Or like riding in a car with somebody and there's no music.
Yeah.
So it's a psychopath move.
It is a psychopath move.
You know?
I'll try. I used to have I've gotten better with this, but I'd be very nervous to play music for other people because I think they would listen to it and be like, dude, this fucking sucks. It's from having older brothers. So I'm like worried they'll listen to it and be like, yo, this sucks, dude. You're a loser. So I would do a thing where I'd play music, but I'd play it very quietly, which is almost worse than silence because people are kind of like, what like
it's like water torture.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like play the fucking song or turn it off. Because I would play it and I'd like maybe like, well, turn it up a little bit. It was just a psycho thing I would do. Where like no one's thinking about it. Like you never get into someone's car and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, there's music on.
Right.
But yeah.
I'm always you know.
Just a glimpse into my tortured fucking world, dude.
Well, I mean, you're talented at what you do, so there's got to be some torture in there.
True. I need Ruben to lay down with me, dude. You know, as friends, dude, to lay down head to head, hard pause, head to head, yoga pants. That's got to be so cool, though, dude. Like, what do you do when you're sitting there with that guy? I think I might bug that guy till he leaves. I'd be like, oh, Rick, what should I do with this, dude? Should I like close my eyes and like what should I do, dude?
Well, like the first day I met him, because he just cold called me, and I showed up at the studio out in Malibu, and I pulled up and like I noticed he was in front of his Airstream trailer, and he was interviewing Mike Campbell from the Heartbreakers, and it's like the two most like distinctive looking dudes ever sitting out there, and like my window's down from the car, and I'm at the gate, and I just hear the director say, "Cut! There's a fucking car in the background," and like I ruined that take. And they open the gate, and I go up to the main house, and I start checking out amps, and like the way Rick likes to have his studios laid out, it's all really open, and all the doors are open, and like you can hear everything. Like when I was recording in the chapel, I could hear the Red Hot Chili Peppers cutting, because Chad Smith is such a distinctive sounding drummer. But I went up there and started trying out these amps, and then this poor intern runs up and starts yelling at me because I ruined another take just from playing these amps. So I said, I haven't met him.
But they were filming a movie?
They were filming that documentary, that Tom Petty documentary.
I got you, yeah.
Yeah. And I fucked up a couple takes. And but when he came in, he didn't even mention it, man. He's a really cool dude, and he's a fan first. And the record was difficult because Rick like migrates with like the weather that he likes. So he'll be in Malibu for a few months, and then he goes to like Costa Rica, then he goes to Hawaii, and then he goes to Tuscany, and he just kind of migrates with like where the
I need
weather's.
to take a break, dude. He's so fucking cool, dude. So you had to like go to all these different little places.
Yeah, so it was challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, it was truly challenging. He put me through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like I wrote for like 6 months, and we didn't use any of it.
What was that? How did you decide not to use it? Was he just kind of like, do you like that? Do you really like that?
Yeah, and he made me more introspective with all of it, because the whole record, the concept was mental health, and like my struggles with mental health, and like he wanted to just be as bare bones with it as possible. Yeah, like no metaphors.
Yeah.
So I'd write something that I thought would be appealing to a listener, and he's like, no.
That sucks, dude. Probably, especially very calmly being like, no, we're not going to use that.
Yeah, and he doesn't like to be in the room during the creative process. He'll come in after the fact and then just like make little notes and adjustments, and then he'll just like kind of drift away, which is unlike anything. So the record took like 2.5 years to finish.
That's kind of cool.
Which is interesting because like you listen to the record, like I can listen to it, and like some songs I wrote when I was with my ex, and like out there writing about her and how I was unhappy in this relationship, didn't know how to, communicate it. So I was writing about that, and then there's songs from when that relationship ended, and I kind of just became a train wreck.
Yeah,
it was just
a little heavy metal.
I was abusing everything, and then kind of after the fact, like when I met my now wife, like so the record kind of takes me on this journey, and I don't know if he like had the foresight for that.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. So you have songs from like a period of like domestic, let's call it domestic kind of hell, like a hellish domestic situation where like it's disintegrating, blah blah blah, drug abuse period, and then kind of like greener pastures. Yeah, it's kind of fucking cool,
and I'm thankful for that. And in any other circumstance, I wouldn't have had,
they would churn it out, like pop it out, put it out.
Because I've done records in 6 days, I've done records in 2 weeks, but never like more than like a month span.
Damn. That's crazy.
So for like 2.5 years, it's really just a full journey. It's like the full like circle.
That is pretty cool. And when did that come out? I'm sorry.
It came out in April.
Okay, nice, man. That's awesome. So it's pretty new.
It's pretty fresh still. But we kind of have our sights set on like the next thing. Yeah. And like this honky tonk shit is like popular again. I grew up playing in the honky tonks, and like it's like in my blood. My family's from the Appalachians. I'm bringing the fiddle back out. I'm like, this shit's hot. I'm gonna.
Dude, the fiddle does move me, dude. When I hear the fiddle, it does something to me.
There's something about us whites, man. When we hear that fiddle, we get it going.
Especially a hard fucking shrill note on a fiddle. I started thinking like I might grab someone's arm, dude. I might do a do-si-do. Yeah, the thing I like that Ruben did too in his book was he's like, stop reading the news. Like, stop taking in all this bullshit entertainment news. Like, just knock it off. Read the classics. Try to like take in. It was like a not even as an entertainment diet, but just like he's like, think of it like the food you eat. And he's like, stop taking in this shit. Like, stop. You don't need to read the news. Fuck it. Don't worry about the news. Read classic novels. Read this. Read that. You know, to your own taste. You don't have to try to read like wildly complex Shakespeare stuff. But he was just like, yeah, just stop taking in bullshit information.
It's funny.
Whenever someone is like, fuck the news, I'm like, yes, dude.
Yeah,
you get it.
I like hearing that. I don't even have a news source really that I trust right now.
Yeah.
And I don't really know where to get my news. I mean, I just kind of overhear a lot of it.
Yeah, I do like, I will spaz check the news before podcasts sometimes if I have nothing to talk about. And something happened to me when I was like, I think like 22. I was very high. I was stoned. I was just very high. And I was watching I'd see the news on, like my parents would watch it and I'd be like, well, fuck the news. And I would be like, this sucks. And I would like run away. And then like I watched it as an adult for the first time, like at my brother's house, just stoned to death. And I was like, it looked like the homeroom show in my high school. I was like, this is fake.
Yeah.
Something happened where I was like, this is the homeroom show for adults. I'm like, this is bullshit.
It's pageantry.
Something happened where every time I see it, I can see the set and stuff. And I'm like, this is people talking behind like a painted billboard and it's fake. It's not real. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's like real stuff that happens they talk about.
Right.
It's I've been in newsrooms too, and it's like I've heard like there was a guy, and I'm not saying this is like, you know, like to prove it's fake, but I remember a guy got a call specifically on like the Palestine-Israel situation. And they were like, I remember he was on the phone when I was waiting to do something. He was like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. And he was on the phone talking to the guy, being like, how you feeling about it? He's, you're doing good, dude. Hang in there. You're doing good. Just keep going, and he was like coaching him. It was like, I remember being like, damn, dude, what the fuck is this? It was just weird. It was just a weird phone call to be like, hang in there, dude. You're doing a good job. Keep talking to you. I was literally like right like, next to him.
That's
kind of like, what are you coaching him into, dude?
Yeah, I don't like that.
It made me feel weird. And then I did like a Good Morning, like local news show. They're like, do you like comedy? And I was like, yes.
Those are the worst.
Dude, they're terrible. And you feel bad because you think like, I'm going to go on there and just fuck with these people. And it's just some like nice lady being like, so what's it like at your comedy show? And you're like, it's nice. I like it.
I like comedy. Please come.
But yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know. I'll check in on stuff here and there, but yeah, you just never know. You're like, dude, like I'm reading a book right now. It's called Born Again, and it was by Chuck Colson, who was Richard Nixon's. They called him like his hatchet man. He would like bulldog people politically. Like if you had like a political rival coming up, you would like dig into them and you would use your contacts in the press to be like run something fucked up about his wife. And they would do that. He like they talk about this. Like it would like, this guy's a hothead. We'll start releasing news stories we know that'll fuck with it. There's like all this stuff going on in the news where it's used as like a political tool too, where it's, you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, like I watched that the Octopus Murders.
What was that?
The Octopus Murders about Tommy Castellero, that reporter that killed himself in West Virginia. But
was that recent?
Yeah, it was pretty recent. It's on Netflix. It's all about like the Promise like software and like like these 8 like key figures, like including George H. Bush, who were just kind of maneuvering and manipulating everything behind the scenes.
This is on Netflix?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's fucking crazy.
That's kind of nuts. What is there's a journalist who got caught up in this?
Yeah, this journalist, Castellero, Tommy Castellero, I think. But, I can't remember his first name. But I watched it a couple of times. It's really fascinating, man. Like he was really onto some wild shit. And
he killed himself.
He killed himself, yeah. But like it doesn't really add up.
Yeah.
Like you should check it out.
I'll check that out. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that was the one thing I fell in love with Ruben when he was like, dude, stop doing the news. Listen to classic albums straight. That's what I do now with music. I try to just listen to it in albums. More because I would like just do song like in my car. I don't know if you ever got to the place where you're like, I've listened, not I've heard everything, but I've listened to all my little playlist is just Burnout.
Yeah.
'Cause I use Spotify, so I'll just do I'll make a little playlist or do Spotify morning, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, put it on.
Right.
And I'm like, they're just feeding me the same songs over. I get depressed if I don't have a new thing to listen to. I get kind of
dude,
fuck's the point?
Same.
John Martin just broke me out of my music depression right now.
Yeah.
He's really he has a couple of live albums I like, but so now I try to just put it on an album in the background and listen to it straight through, or before bed with headphones. Just try to do as much as an album as I can do and just pass out. I think it's kind of nice.
Right, and
trying to get I've been chasing the hit rush. That's the problem. I'll do a playlist of hits.
Yeah.
And then it's they wear off. You got to listen to all the songs. I don't know. I feel like you got to listen to all the songs.
Yeah, it's like a dopamine. You know, like instant gratification, like social media. Like you hear all the hits in a row. Like don't go listen to the Eagles' greatest hits. Artists put together a compilation of songs. Meant to be listened to in an order.
Do you do your own playlist when they do that? This presents. That's kind of tough.
I'm I wanted it to be chronological and sequencing is a big deal, and they still make a big deal out of it, and then people listen to it and they shuffle it or whatever.
How dare they?
But
I thought that was an AI generated check out blah blah blah. So you have the control of that.
Well, the playlist you see on Spotify and stuff, if I'm on a playlist, I don't have control of that if it's
for
other
sure,
artists.
yeah. But the one of what is that called? Your picks, or is that this is?
Oh, that one. I don't even know how that one comes about. But my records, I'm this is.
I got what you're saying.
My records, the sequencing is important.
I thought you were saying okay. So you're talking about the sequencing.
Yeah,
of
that's
tracks
out of
on
my
an album.
pay grade. The Spotify, they just do what they do.
Yeah, because there'll be artist picks.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, you get to put together a playlist for all of Spotify. That's I guess everyone can do that though. Really.
Yeah.
It's kind of tight. Well, dude. So what do you have coming up? What's the next move?
Man, we're about to finish this last leg of the tour. We're doing Canada. We're doing the East Coast. We're going to be going through Philly. We're going to be going through D.C. And New York City, playing at the Paramount in Brooklyn, Brooklyn. And then we're heading overseas, doing UK, all that.
Are you taking any break? You how do you tour? You do it for 6 months at a time, take a break, or you just do it
We
forever?
let it go out for 6 weeks at a time.
Okay.
And just kind of hit it and stay out. Because once I get in that mode, I just like to stay in,
Got you. So you do 6 weeks on, how many off?
Kind of depends. For this particular tour cycle, it seems like we've done 6 weeks, 2 weeks off.
Got you. That's not bad.
And then a couple one-offs here and there. But I like to tour on a bus because there's just something different about it. But yeah, I just had time off and I just get a little stir crazy, so that's why I'm down here in Austin, just kind of fucking around.
That's cool.
I was real nervous to come on here.
Why, dude?
I don't know, man.
I'm not. I don't help. I'm exuding anxious energy
I'm
all the time.
I'm a big fan of the show, and the fans are very vocal. So I hope I didn't fuck it up.
Dude, you killed it, man. Dude, you're the best. You fucking. Oh, that's the thing too. You shred, dude.
Oh, thanks.
You absolutely shred. It's crazy.
I appreciate it.
I know.
Man.
I guess it wears off on you, but dude, it's that's got to be so gratifying.
It's
Is there
fun.
a level of shred? Does it wear off? If you shred right now, will it bring you deep joy, or you're just kind of yeah, whatever?
Well, I think I try to keep the guitar fresh. So when I'm home, I'm playing banjo or piano, ukulele.
That's cool.
And just trying to create in any other way except for the guitar. So when I come back to it, it's fresh and it's a reconnection almost.
That's a good idea, actually. And I feel like you get better too when you leave it alone for a little bit.
I think so.
Something happens in your brain. I would stop playing every now and again, and I'd pick it back up and be like, God damn it, I got better.
You have more ideas.
Yeah.
Because you come into it fresh. You come into a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Or maybe your brain, you go to sleep and it just figures out stuff for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. But either way, dude, thank you so much, dude. Thank you for doing this. You're the motherfucking man. Marcus
You
King.
are, bro.
Dude, I try, bro. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. But no, thank you so much, man. For
Yeah,
real.
man. I'm glad
Appreciate
we connected.
You. Thank you, bro.
The Wild Wild West.
We're fired up. We're here.
What's going on?
Just caught a damning report. I'm sorry the dog peed in your bed, bro.
It's all good.
It sucks. Your dog. Your roommate. So have you leveraged that against your roommate?
He hasn't woken up yet. I texted him.
You sent him an icy text?
Yeah.
Your dog. ...
That is the kind of thing that would fucking rattle me, man.
I don't know, when an animal doesn't respect you,
Yeah.
it's like, how do they know?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've dropped beneath the human kingdom. I get no respect here, and now the animal kingdom is now also aggressively knocking me down a peg. That does hurt.
Yeah, and when there's like something primal about your weakness.
Yeah, Maslow's pyramid. You're like down, like below. You're sub the pyramid. You're like, dude, I haven't escaped from the animal kingdom yet.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'll never get human respect.
Yeah, you're gonna have to aggress on your roommate.
You have to. You know what you have to do. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but
Fuck your
roommate's bed's getting wet, dude. You gotta fucking take it back.
Yeah.
Does the dog have a bed in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to piss on it.
No, you gotta piss on your roommate's bed and your dog's bed.
Yeah.
You gotta shit in the dog's bed, piss in your roommate's bed.
Oh, I'm pissing and
Storm
shitting
the
everywhere.
And then burn the house down and all die. And storm the Capitol. People think the shit's sweet at the Capitol, dude. Like, people are going to run up in that motherfucker again, dude.
Yeah. Just 4 years arrested on their laurels.
Yeah. Whatever. It's a touchy subject right now. Fucking Capitol. I didn't give a fuck. When that happened, people were like, that was one of the darkest days. It's like, dude, I did not give a fuck. They're acting like it was the ID4 aliens over the White House. It's like, bro.
Yeah. No,
I might, but, that'll get me sweating.
It was the last day of Woodstock 99.
It was.
It was like fucking Trump gave his like Limp Bizkit performance and fucking people went nuts, dude. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. He did give me something to break.
Everyone had they'd ran out of water. There was piss everywhere. It was the last day of the festival.
There were 75 FBI agents being like, come on, man. Let's fucking do it, bro.
Yeah. Started raiding the ATM machines.
Do you know there was a governor from Michigan, I think, who also was like planning to get abducted, and they looked into it. It was like 19 FBI agents. It was like 2 dudes and 19 FBI agents being like, yo, should totally abduct this bitch.
God damn.
Just like, and it was like the height of COVID. So if I'm sitting at a barbecue and like an FBI agent I didn't know was like in my ear being in the middle of COVID, being like, yo, these masks are so fucking annoying. I'd be like, yeah, dude, this is bullshit. It's like, yo, we should fuck the governor up. I'd be like,
yeah. Well, you got to figure in COVID, things were probably slow for the FBI too. You know what I mean? You're trying to figure out a way to like hold on to your job. You got to come up with a scheme.
True.
Let's trick a guy to abduct the governor.
Although crime was rampant
Let's put 19
COVID.
Of us on that project.
Let's trick
you stay on salary for this.
Yeah. They'd be like, yeah, fuck that lady. And it's like, bingo, we got him.
Yeah.
This guy wants to kill the fucking governor. This guy wants to shoot the governor and abduct her. Yeah, I was all like, holy shit. Because when Trump got nearly assassinated, they were like, we have members that suffered political violence. And I was like, all right, let's see them. Yeah, and it was like the governor almost got abducted, but the FBI stopped it because they were talking to
planning
these guys.
it too.
They were planning it. It was just so flip. And there was a journalist, a left-leaning journalist, who was like, "It's going to be the coolest story ever," and then uncovered all the FBI people. And she's like, "What's up with this?" And everyone was like, "No comment."
Yeah.
And they were just like, "Well, this sucks." We thought we were going to break this like huge story, and this was like, I think this was in like literally during COVID. But anyway, what's up, bro?
You got to make your own luck, in the FBI.
True, that's true. Yeah, I mean, they are super cops, man.
I can stop a ton of terrorist attacks if I plan them.
That's true.
I can stop every single one.
Yeah, and as soon as somebody's like, fucking fine, I'll bomb it, you go, ooh. Turns out I'm in the FBI. Freeze, scumbag. You've beheaded like 6 kids. You're like, freeze, scumbag. I'm deep undercover.
Another collar for Agent O'Connor. Yeah. The guy's unstoppable.
You've been committing mail fraud. Be like, never mind that, dude. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I always hear about that, like the CIA was selling drugs. It's like, I hope they were.
Yeah.
That'd be bullshit if they weren't.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the point of them?
Yeah.
I hope they're doing terror. Did you ever get into their role in Watergate?
No.
Apparently they had like a heavy hand in like blaming people and like just turning that in, just using that to just completely take Nixon down. Although he was recording people. But I'm reading the book right now from his top political aide, Charles Colson. Yeah. Was like he took a lot of it. Him and like 3 other people had to go to jail.
Yeah.
And he swears in his autobiography, he's like, dude, I swear to God, I didn't know about the break-ins. I didn't know. And there's apparently record of the CIA being like, put it on Colson. Because people hated him anyway, because he was on tape being like, I would run over my grandmom if it meant getting Nixon reelected.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like ran. He was like, I would say shit to my staff like kidding. So he would say stuff fucking with them, and they
should
would
break into Watergate. All of a sudden, there's a team on it. That's got to happen all the time.
You should break into Ellsberg's therapist. There's this guy Ellsberg who was like a pain in the ass journalist, and like if anyone stood against Nixon, they would honestly do anything. Like he would leak false stories to the press.
Yeah,
and this was like in the '60s. They must be so much more sophisticated now. He's out being like, dude, we did it all. Like we would come up with shit, make up stories about like people's wives. And just put it in, like, you would leak it to your press guy, and dude, they would blow it up. And he's like, dude, by the time it circulates, it can be total bullshit, but it's like the damage is already done.
Yeah, you got to think like unlimited budget, no oversight.
Yeah,
people are hatching plans all over the place.
That was like kind of the Watergate story where they just kind of it got to the point where I think we're still in like Watergate enmity between like the two parties. Like there's probably 90 Watergates going on right now. Like, Watergate was one thing. They broke in.
Everything's gate. Yeah.
Everything's gated up. Right? Yeah, Pizzagate, Watergate.
Yeah, you got to gate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That shit was wild because he, in the book, he's like, he's an ex-Marine. He's all hoorah for he loves Nixon, dude.
Yeah.
Loves Nixon to death. Turns out Nixon was like secretly recording him the whole time. He's still like, I still love that man so much. And he becomes like a born again Christian.
I always wanted to be in the CIA.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was a little kid, I was like, I wanted them to turn me into like an emotionless, deadly assassin.
There's still time. You can turn yourself into one. A lot of people do the self starter on that. They're like, if the CIA is not going to pick me up, I will just become a cold, emotionless assassin.
I know, but it's like I've already
take it to the streets.
I've already had to suffer through the living. You know what I mean? The thing with being a kid was it was like it's too emotional.
Yeah,
and you're like, dude, I want someone to come in and make me a Terminator.
I hear what you're saying.
I just want them to show
Bourne you. You don't wake up every day and be like, wait, what?
Yeah,
oh, shit, I got to attack China secretly.
Exactly. You know what I mean? No family, no one to be disappointed. Just yeah.
I hunger deeply for the Will Smith MIB scene where they're like, "We've been watching you for a long time,
dude.
We've watched you jumped over a brick wall. We need you,
dude. 100%.
You saw me do that.
Yeah, just I wanted the government to show up at my door so bad and be like, I know your test scores are shitty, but that's because school's bullshit. Like you're a great athlete, and you're a genius, and your nation needs you. Your parents are wrong about you.
You're actually a really good boy. You're actually a very good boy. The girls love you, too. Yeah. We've been studying the girls, and they love you.
You're going to get so many chicks once you join the CIA.
You're going to get so much pussy, dude. Dude, just wait till high school. You'll frill. Like, junior year, you're gonna get a ton of pussy, dude. 8th grade's bullshit,
dude. That was the sickest thing ever. That one guy. Remember that there was that documentary about the lady who owned like the vegan restaurant in New York City.
I do vaguely remember
this guy.
Yes,
who just kept pretending he was in the CIA.
Yeah,
and would be like, "I'm stranded in Turkey or something. You send me $50,000 right now. Don't tell anyone. No, ask no questions." And she would do it. The guy made a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, that does seem like something that would particularly affect vegans. I don't know why, for some reason. Like, my boyfriend's in the CIA. It's like, dude.
Yeah, every vegan secretly wants a military.
Yeah, a lot of lib babes secretly want a conservative beast of a husband.
Of course,
it's really weird. I've seen it before.
Of course, yeah.
They secretly like, my boyfriend hates this stuff. It's like, dude, you fucking love it, dude.
I know. They all secretly want to be just dominant.
True. They want to be conservatively.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't get into that zone. I don't have the. I feel like it's like a bad thing. I always start relationships off in like a bad bargaining position. You know what I mean?
How
like,
so?
Like I right off the jump,
exactly
I'm like, I want you to like achieve your dreams and goals. You know, which is like I do want that, but you can't start there. You have to start like your life doesn't matter.
True.
Just so they like so then you winding up where you really are looks like growth.
True. Otherwise, you just set the bar high and slowly disappoint.
Yeah.
You set the bar low and you slowly be like, you know what? Actually, I've had it. Yeah, I think there's like that's like the Beauty and the Beast thing where it's like they want you to be like. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, animal.
Just be like, yeah, fuck that. I might fucking kick your ass. And then be like, you know what? I wish you'd follow your dreams.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%. I've been reading a lot of like Carl Jung stuff.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast is heavy in there.
Those dudes
battling your animus.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, those dudes used to go like scorched earth on the babes. Those guys from like the 1920s would go like nuts on the babes.
Yeah,
dude. Schopenhauer.
Yeah,
that guy went wild on the babes.
Is he a pianist?
No, Schopenhauer.
he's
It
a
sounds like not
philosopher?
Chopin.
Chopin?
He was
Yeah.
like the ultimate nihilist philosopher, but he has a chapter on babes, and it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, what is he saying?
He was saying like dudes all kind of get along unless they're in the same profession, and then they kind of like start to have a little animosity based on like because they're like going kind of for the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, women all fight because they're this is according to Schopenhauer, not me. He said they're all essentially, no matter what they do, they're in the same profession, which is taking down high target alpha males. So they'll always be fighting because their primary profession is to trade their sex for
a high target alpha male.
A high target alpha male. Dude, he was pilled, dude, in like 1812.
It's true.
He's like, their sexual marketplace value will only decline once they turn 34. And it's like, but he went hard on the babes, and he was just like, dude, this is. Because I think when he was, I guess they like introduced like lady. I mean, I guess there was always, I guess, ladies. I don't know. There was always like princesses and stuff, but I guess ladies were relatively new. I could be wrong on that.
What do you mean ladies were?
Like there was like gentlemen. I think before they'd be like gentlemen, and then they'd be like ladies and gentlemen. It became like how they do with thing like and girls. You know, they'd be like, and a lot of and girls and stuff. How they do. I think they rolled that out with like aristocrats originally were just lords, and then there was a lady. But I guess there was always milady. I don't know, but
milady.
He was
like
against
time
milady.
immemorial. Ladies have been ripping dudes' lives apart. Like all the old, all the old stories were like everything was going great, and then I saw the hottest chick ever, and I went and I kissed her, and then she turned into a monster and ate me.
Dude, your whole family was like, you would like have to cut guys' heads off. You're all living in the woods, and you like cut guys' heads off, like trap wolves and get oxen, and you had to do that for like 6 generations. You'd building a house was no small feat. Like a good house in the medieval times, and yeah, if you just like spazzed on the pussy, you could take down 600 years of just like the most gut wrenching work.
Oh my god, yeah.
50% of children dying in childbirth. Yeah. Dudes just catching diseases, leprosy. And then a dude would just spaz on the pussy, and the whole fucking house, the village would be in flames. You'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's
but
that was Schopenhauer. Schopenhauer was he just for like his thing was that there shouldn't be ladies, there should just be lords, and he did say lords should out of mercy. It was a wild take. He goes out of mercy for like
ladies,
women, ladies especially. He's like, you should take like 5 wives. He's like, there shouldn't be old spinsters. He was back then. He was on a thing being like, yeah, women are all this independence. They're gonna end up alone in a house with no kids.
I don't know though, dude. Once the dudes start taking 5 ladies, the other dudes rise up.
Yeah, true.
You can't. Once a guy starts taking 5 ladies off with their heads, dude.
Yeah, that is a perilous thing.
Yeah,
but his whole thing was like, the ladies are going to waste. He was like, all these ladies are going bad, dude. That was his position. He was like, the ladies are going to waste.
Yeah.
He was like, if you have the resources, he was basically, you should adopt a lady.
Yeah.
You'd have your wife and be like, I'll adopt like 3 ladies and just kind of keep them in the fold. It's a wild take, dude.
It's classic dude thinking.
It is. It was classic. He was boys rule. You could sum up as therapy, boys rule, girls rule. Like, dude, it was crazy because he like,
I'm doing a service for civilization by taking many wives.
Yeah.
Is every leader's argument.
Well, the weird thing was he was a cat guy. He like just lived alone with cats.
Oh.
Yeah, he had like a weird life where he was like a total recluse, and I think he I forget who it was. He was like he finally got his due. Like people were like, whatever. He wrote this gigantic book. I forget what it was called. It was like The Will and whatever. And like people were like, yeah, whatever. This book sucks. It's 10 million pages. Nobody gives a fuck.
Dude, that's all they did is wrote impenetrable books.
Dude, you can't. He even says in the intro. I tried to read it, and it was just like. What the fuck? Well, it was just like, dude, I wrote this book on purpose. You need to read it 10 times. Only the most serious to it. It's like, dude, go fuck yourself, man.
Oh, dude.
But then he wrote a saying. He was like, fuck, nobody likes my book. So he wrote a saying, a book of like aphorisms, like quick little witty sayings. That blew up. So they let him teach. And then I think when he was I don't remember which other famous philosopher was at the college he went to, but it was for real like Spinoza, some like guy you hear and you're like, what the fuck? So he went to teach, and everyone just liked this other super famous philosopher. They took his classes. So he ended up like a cat man. He just like lived with his cat alone. It was like, girls fucking suck, dude.
Yeah.
He got pilled. He was totally pilled. He might have invented the pill.
The red pill?
The red pill. He might have
I don't know.
red
I
pill.
think originally everyone was red pilled.
Yeah.
You slowly
You're
start going
right.
like, I don't know, maybe there's another way.
Yeah, that might have actually been the desert Hebrews who invented the red pill.
Yeah.
Those dudes used to lock babes up during their periods.
It's like, yeah, there's probably another guy taking 5 wives, and they're like, I could never be that pilled, so I got to take an alternate route. I'm going to start listening.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think
that was the move back then. Is writing stuff intentionally that no one could read just to tell people to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, half of it's even young. Half of it's in fucking Latin. You're like, dude, why the paragraph in Latin, Holmes?
Yeah,
chill.
Because that was the move, dude. That was
crazy.
Newton pulled the baddest ass move ever, which is like, first of all, he invented calculus and didn't tell anyone for like 25 years.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Yeah, because he had like his own problem he needed to solve, so he just like invented a math to fix it.
That's crazy.
And then when he wrote like Principia, apparently he wrote it so difficult to read intentionally so that no one would ask him questions about it. He was like, I only want people smart enough to already understand this to read this. I don't want anyone asking me about it. Go fuck yourself.
I think Newton was one of the guys who he would like chill in coffee shops with 3 others. Because there was a dude claiming wasn't Newton the one who came out and he said something about the sun, or it wasn't Copernicus was the guy who's like the sun, the Earth revolves around the sun. Mm-hmm. And then Newton had another like huge outer space finding that I think he like.
Yeah, that was like another.
I forget what he had. He had a big one, and then people were like, "Dude, shut the fuck up!" And he would go in coffee shops and argue like about like Mercury to people. He'd be like, "Dude, you don't know fucking shit about Mercury."
There was something where like these guys were trying to figure out some problem. Maybe about like the motion of the planet.
That's what it was. It was like exactly. It was that.
And a guy showed up that like it was like some guy from like the Royal Institute or something was like, yo, can you solve this problem? We're trying to figure out like how these things move. And he was like, oh, I did that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And they were like, well, do you have the math? He was like, I like threw it away, I think. He was like, what the fuck? And then he just goes, I'll redo it.
It was something crazy like how fast do stars spin? And he's like, I already figured that out. It's like, wait, what, dude?
Yeah, I did that. He literally was like, I did that a couple years ago. I think I threw it out.
That's my old shit. It's crazy to be sitting in your house and just be like, yep, that's how outer space works. I invented math to figure that out. It's like, dude, go fuck yourself. I might have killed that guy. I'm like, dude, I'm going to kill you, dude. You can't be doing that. Yeah, that's crazy. Newton was wild. And he would sit and there's that book, The 5 Beverages That Changed the World. And they talk about coffee, how back then coffee came out and it was like, it was seen as like just genius fuel. Like if you were like a slovenly peasant, you would drink pints of like ale every day because you couldn't get like clean water like that.
Yeah.
So then dudes were like, fuck alcohol. And they started drinking like 12 cups of coffee a day and just being in a coffee shop being like, and just ripping about the solar system.
Yeah. I mean, because if you have to boil water just to drink it.
What's the point?
Yeah, you might as well put some fucking flavor in it.
Yeah. Well, just drink beer. Beer, I think they said like the alcohol sterilized.
Right.
So it was like you would wake up in the morning and crush like a 12, like not a 12 pack. You'd like 12 ounces of beer and like some eggs and be like, I'm going to go work
I've been there. When you wake up.
You're worried about your water?
You wake up hungover and the only cold drink is beer. And you're like, oh, fuck it. I'll throw one back.
You forced my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been slamming the NAs.
I heard. Shane was telling me, dude.
Chugging
I
NAs.
was dying to get into that. So what? Like he was saying, they have a little bit of alcohol, don't they?
Depends which one you get, but they have like 0.5%, I think.
I want to see them become like weed, where like the NAs become so strong. Like, these aren't the NAs I had. You drink one, you have like a panic attack.
Dude, they're
GHB
amazing.
in it.
They're amazing.
So what is so good about them?
It's tricking yourself.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Do you catch like a
I
relax?
feel like I'm like misbehaving when I drink them.
Really?
Even though they're like, yeah.
I mean, I can understand. I drink decaf coffee, so I can understand.
Yeah.
But what, do you slam them like at all hours like a wild man? You do them while you drive?
Yeah.
What? You drink NAs and drive?
What? I've started to crack NAs and drive. Yeah.
This is rigged. This is right to the FBI, dude. Yeah. You've walked right into my trap.
I want them to pull me over and be like, nah, man. There's nothing in here.
And be like, smash the bottle.
Yeah. No, I'll crack them at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Yeah.
It's wild. It almost seems like you're in like a dormancy period. They're just going to flip the switch and there's going to be cold activated. Total Rockies is like, I've been training for this for 6 years.
Dude, it has like, I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it because the tricking myself is working so well that like I'm starting to see the power of like self-delusion, you know?
It's good.
I don't know. It's so dangerous.
What are you worried about being deluded on?
I don't know. I was watching that like wide receivers documentary, and George Kittle was like giving himself like a bunch of positive self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that looks like it works.
It does, dude.
I know, but
otherwise
it feels dangerous.
Giving yourself positive self-talk, that's your negative self holding you back, dude.
That's how I feel. It's like if I were ever to be like truly successful, I would want to do it through negative self-talk.
No.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And it's like,
you want to whip yourself.
Yeah.
You want to crack the whip on yourself.
Yeah, to the promised land. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. The idea of being like, you can do this. Not you can do this. You're going to do this.
It's scary. I know what you mean. It's like, it's terrifying.
Yeah. It's a slippery slope because it works so well.
Yeah, dude.
You'll never stop. If you're truly,
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking like double bracelets and being like, it's all good, man. Everything's good.
Exactly.
It's like, I would love to do that. But yeah, it's tough.
Although
I've been researching IFS.
You need some of it. What's IFS?
Internal family systems. And it's a whole psychological theory that I obviously don't know it like, top to bottom. But the idea is you do have you're just a collection of sub-personalities. It's like there's no coherence really. You have the part of you that wants to lose weight. You have the part of you that absolutely cannot help.
Yeah.
But like crush any food that's in front of you.
Yep.
All that stuff. You have the part with drinking. You have the part of you that doesn't want to drink, the part of you that doesn't want to smoke weed, then the part of you that just like sees a vape pen and it's like for no reason at 10 a.m. It's like, now I've ruined my whole day.
Well, dude, that's like the fascinating thing about reading that, like the Jung stuff, Carl Jung, because like the book is like not arguments for why it's right.
What book are you reading?
It was like a collection that Carl Jung put together with like students of his. That was like it was supposed to make it like a more accessible than his like other
Man
work.
and his images or the symbols or
yeah,
man
I think
and
it's
his symbols or something.
Symbols, yeah.
It's like that big textbook looking thing.
Yeah. I got it on the Kindle, so
that's what's up.
Yeah.
There's a good book called The Symbolic Quest that breaks down Jungian stuff. A lot of it does, like you're saying, you're kind of like...
It's not making arguments for why it's right, but it is like, it's a series of fucking locker room speeches about like battling your inner self. That gets you so jacked up.
Jung lost his mind for a while.
I don't doubt it.
He went crazy. He has the Red Book where he like for real just lost his mind and started writing about like demons and like people. Dude, this is where the IFS stuff gets crazy. So there's like so there's all these sub-personalities. There's some of you that's like been exiled due to like painful experiences that just gets pushed to your subconscious. Then there's protectors, which is like if something comes up, you'll initially launch into like, whoa, like a protective, like, dude, and it's funny, is I was just reading about this, well, before I get into that, and then there's a thing called the self, and they say the self is the center force of your personality, which is just always confident, creative. They use like 6 C's, and it's like the exact thing of like, it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
And then that needs to be exposed to all these sub-personalities, because if they run the show, it's like a flea circus.
Yeah.
But I'm like reading about this, and I'm like, okay, cool enough. And then I was at the pool recently with my kids, and my kids are they're good at swimming for how young they are. Like Maya can actually like swim in the deep end. Yeah. Chloe jumps in like the baby pool, but she does this, and we've like made them swim so much. And then she does this thing because I'm like terrified of how, I like don't pay attention to anything. So I'm like, you guys better fend for your fucking selves.
I might zone out for a second.
I might zone out. I might be blasted off the vape pen due to my goddamn small sub-personality that hasn't been exposed to self yet. Just a protector. Protected myself. And the Chloe can do this thing where she like jumps into the baby pool, lays like flat, and then kind of like pops out of the water and stands up. So, and she's 2, and there was like a kid there who was 3, and the kid was with their grandma, and the kid couldn't like get his head up out of the water. And all I asked was like, how old's the kid? And she was like, he's 3. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And like I watched this lady just go, because I was like, oh, my daughter's 2. And I wasn't trying to like do like kid
flex.
beef or like it was not flexing. I thought they were the same age. That's why I asked her, like, oh, maybe they can play. And like dude, and she was like a sweet lady, and something came over her where she was like, he doesn't get exposed to the water. And there's this part of her personality came up that was like not good enough, and it just launched into this thing of like, dude, well, actually, like he's not exposed to water that much. And I was like, dude, I was like, he's doing great, man. I'm like, it's not, but that happens with everything. If like especially when you have kids, because then it's just like, fuck, I fucked up, and it becomes like on the spot, like that kid's doing it, my kid can't. Dude, it becomes an arms race, man.
Well, I feel like the adult psychology world has like exploded with like all kinds of advice. You know, it's like everything else. There's like, you go scroll through Instagram and there's like 10 million different diets and fucking approaches to life. It's like, that's like multiplied, I feel like tenfold for kids.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like every parent I know is like, yeah, if they're not walking in the next 3 weeks, it's like we're way behind.
They freaked. What the fuck? I'm not behind in anything.
They're gonna walk.
I know. Or they're not. Or they're not, dude. And then they'll be a genius.
Yeah.
But yeah,
in the chair. Yeah.
Parents freak about it, man. It's like walking, talking, and like my kids just didn't get teeth, which was like they didn't get teeth forever. They looked insane. If they walked early and kind of talked, they'd have no teeth and it's like, or have like few teeth. But yeah,
what's that about? No teeth.
Every kid does picks things up. Like my oldest walked kind of early, but then didn't talk a lot until she was like 2.5. And then our younger kid walked a little later, but she's been talking like a weirdo for like pretty young. They're all just different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number one thing I'm against, when parents get all freaked out about like putting their kid on like the super whatchamacallit, escalator for like, they gotta be doing this, gotta be doing this. It's like, dude, fucking relax, man.
Yeah, you're gonna make them crazy.
I didn't do shit when I was younger.
No.
I just was outside.
No.
I was outside, bro.
Yeah. Nobody told me I was
so
like,
outside when I was a kid, dude.
100%.
Dude, it's insane, man. I've heard of shit like kids want like, oh, there's like a Mandarin immersion. It's like, bro, relax, man.
Dude, I feel like most of my childhood.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah. I feel like most of my childhood memories are like me in some kid's backyard, like 6 or 7 houses away, and my mom like pulling up and screeching the tires. I'm like, where the fuck have you been for like 2 days? There's like baseball pictures that need to be taken. It's
Yeah, I like specifically remember like just being against a chain link fence when I was little and just fucking like in a backyard and just like looking at a kid's toy and being like, fuck.
Yeah,
I want that so bad. And it's just like, I then like black out 3 years later and I'm just in school like, what the fuck is this?
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think the kids need it like that, dude. It's insane to like hit them with like an executive programming at fucking 4 or 5.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, let them chill.
And now everyone like to combat that too. My brother was telling me that like everyone just holds their kids back.
Really?
Yeah, like in school and in sports, like
that makes sense.
It's like your 4-year-old kid is playing some fucking 7-year-old because he's like,
yeah, the parents are like
holding him back so they can just dominate younger kids for the like, so they graduate high school at like 22. And they've just been head and shoulders above everyone their whole life.
Have a full-time job.
Yeah. It's like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so unnecessary, man. It makes me sad to be like, damn, dude, just let them be. Like, you're also like, you want your kid to be bilingual and believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's like, let's drop the Santa Claus. If you're thinking about a kid as like a rocket ship, let's drop the Santa Claus fuel tank and then work on, becoming a polyglot or whatever.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. Your brain's more receptive to languages between the years 2 and 5. It's like,
it's because you can't speak any of them.
Yeah. It's all gibberish.
It's probably true, but it's also like, I don't know, dude. I picked up Spanish all right.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not good at languages, if you study it, like, dude, I studied piano when I was younger, dropped it right away. I was like, all right, fucking, I'm not doing this anymore.
Well, I didn't. Do you have like musical people in your house? Or your parents musical at all?
No, but my whole family's pretty musical. My dad's side's very musical. Yeah. Where it's like everyone can play piano.
Oh, see, my family's not at all. So you just got no exposure to it.
My dad would like pick up my brother's guitar and he could play like 2 chords and we'd always just kind of he'd play the same song over and over. He'd hold it on his knee all awkwardly. Yeah. My brother Kevin is like, I mean, I'd almost say virtuoso level. Like, he's good. He's very, very good.
That's huge.
Like, he could,
older
like,
brother?
Teach, yeah.
See, that's
and I had it trickle down on me, and like me and my other, we can all like strum some chords. My brother's at the top, I think.
Yeah.
Billy's gunning for my spot right now. Second place, fucking on the strings. But
really,
Billy's been practicing a lot.
How often do you play?
I have it in my office. So I'll pick it up if I have downtime. I'll pick it up every day and fuck around. But right now, my aim's on piano. I'm just on piano right now.
A piano is sick.
So fucking tight, dude.
It's really.
I chickened out. I was at a thing the other day and they had a piano there. Like, they were filming something. I like just pussily played like a little something. Like, walked away real quick. Like,
yeah, dude. I can't even like. Dude, when we were playing,
that was I tried to recreate that with my younger, like very young cousin. I was like, you do the dun 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 dun, and I was playing it. I kept fucking it up, and I was like,
dude, I couldn't handle it. Dude,
we shredded.
I know, but it takes the level of concentration it takes for me just to play those chords. So when you're riffing over it, it's like, that's sick. And then once you come back in with me playing the chords, I like my body. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Just for reference, it's that song.
Chopsticks, right?
Is that what it's called? I think it is Chopsticks. Dude. I'm trying to like teach my daughters. I'm like, please learn how to fucking do this so I can solo over this.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to learn the different scales.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so tight. And then I fucked it up, man. I absolutely blew it. My wife was like, I'll record it. And I was like, and I just fucked it up. I was like,
dude, the idea of improvising musically is just, cracks my mind.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think you even said it where you're just like, no, if you play any of these notes in this key, you'll be good.
And then if you learn, like if you go up and down the scale, it'll sound robotic. But if you like, then hit a couple notes, jump to another one, and kind of go back, you can get the feel for it. And dude, it's for real. It's like coming. It really, if you're like making it sound good, you're just like, oh my God. It's honestly one of the best things in the world.
It has to be. I don't think it would take me a lot of doing it to actually be able to not come when I was doing it.
I think if
I ever soloed a little bit and then like came back in, I'd cream hard.
You might smash a guitar. That's why you smash a guitar. You just go, It's crazy. I mean, it's universally, it taps into like literally something universal, and people are like, it hits them with a good feel. Yeah, music's really weird.
Yeah, it does feel
Get into the study of music, it's the weirdest shit in the world. It's just a pattern inherent.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he figured out calculus. Like, the universe is laid out according to like these wild mathematical laws that produce music. It's like, fucking love that shit.
I always feel bad for the guys that are trying to connect like the two different types of physics.
Oh, trying to find the grand unified theory.
Yeah, and it's just
I do feel bad for them too. I'm kind of on the other side where I'm like, hurry it up! What the fuck are you guys doing? Yeah, we got all these nerds and all this money. We haven't connected the two brands. Maybe they're not supposed to be connected, dude. I don't want to tell these nerds how to do their job, but it's like maybe you guys are barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining that it's like we don't care enough.
What?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. That it's just like. Because people are like, how come when there was all these discoveries in like over the course of like 100 years, and then
well, I think because people were way dumber too, so you could say anything and they'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
but I guess that still applies to physics. Nobody
but like
knows.
an insight like Einstein's, they're like, how come
I've heard
that
people trash Einstein. I've heard people be like, E equals MC squared. Yeah, right, dude. I just believe him. I go, yeah, dude, fuck that.
Yeah, what a bitch.
No, yeah, Einstein was definitely, he rejected quantum physics for a long time.
He did, yeah.
And then I don't know, there's all that deathbed talk.
He ended his career in like disgrace.
It's just crazy, I know. He was like, there's all that talk about like, Einstein was actually really fucking like pissed off when he died. Yeah. The other guy, the quantum physics stuff.
Pissed him off.
It pissed him off, and he couldn't disprove it.
It's angering.
Yeah, it is.
Quantum physics is infuriating.
I don't know anything about it. I love it. I love the fact that things could be basically like, woo, and you look at it and it goes,
yeah.
It's like, I kind of knew that, honestly.
Yeah, but it was like, what was the other stuff? Where is it coming from?
It stays in the quantum field, and as soon as consciousness hit it, it becomes in a particle of reality.
Yeah, but you don't think it's alternate universes?
The alternate universe would just be the universe. There's no such thing. If there's alternate universes, they would be just
part of the universe.
It's the universe. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, where it's just like, it's another you interfering with you.
I mean, brother. Yes, I totally believe
Infinite yous interfering.
They reach the wormhole every now and again and just jerk me off. I don't want to. I didn't want to do this. Get out of my hotel room.
I did. There was like a couple weeks where I did try to use that to motivate myself. So I need to beat the other me's. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you read fucking Dark Matter.
Yeah.
How good was that book?
That book is amazing.
Great recommend,
dude.
I fucking love that. I want to watch it. What
did they make a movie of it?
It's on Apple TV, I think.
Really?
I think it's a series on Apple TV. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm actually. I was talking about that recently. That was making me laugh when he was like smashing his other world wife. Yeah. And his other timeline wife was like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "What the fuck? You fucked my other?" And she's like, "I didn't know that was." And he's like, "Well, I did." So
yeah. What was I supposed to do?
I don't think that's. I think if you enter like into some like superposition, multi-dimensional thing, you have the right to all your wives in those. I don't want to start a fight with my wife over this, but I almost want to tell her, like, bro, if I get into superposition somehow, I'm taking you down across all the different dimensions. Yeah, I'm going to smash you across all the dimensions.
I'm going to fuck you in another universe for sure.
I might smash myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
like, no judgment. I might smash myself.
Just to see what happens to you.
See what's good, yeah.
How would I react to something like this? And you can get fucked without being fucked.
Oh, that.
Because you're fucking yourself.
But you wouldn't know. I guess you could be like, yo, how's it feel, brother?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I fucking hate this.
A quick survey
I
after.
knew it. You could prove you're not gay. You could fuck yourself in the quantum superposition and be like, yeah, dude, I totally hated it. I beat my ass. I turned around. I was like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. I didn't want to do this.
How is it not masturbating?
Yeah, I mean, that would be the ultimate fab sesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people are gonna not like hearing about traveling another dimension to take yourself down.
It'd be so funny.
You just see Hitler and you're like, I'm gonna fuck myself.
I gotta find me. Yeah.
I got woken up last night in an absolute panic. I haven't had one of those nights in forever. You wake up and you have like 6 million different things and you're like, oh fuck. And I lay down and dude, I can't talk about it. It's a thing. It's like a project I was working on, but I laughed. It might be the stupidest idea. I'll tell you afterwards. It might be the stupidest fucking idea I've ever came across, and I had to like leave the room because I was laughing and go sit on. I was like laying on my couch naked, just being like, "This is the dumbest fucking thing." It has to do with
it was a project that you started, or
it's a writing thing I had an idea for, and then I had this. It almost made me thought I was having a psychotic break. It was that stupid, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. And I had to like leave my room, just lay on my couch naked, and just be like, "That would be fucking funny." This episode is brought to you by True Classic. True Classic is designed to accentuate your best features. True Classic shirts are tailored for a perfect fit, snug in the arms and chest, with just the right amount of room in the midsection. A lot of people saying I'm on TRT. Not true. I'm on TC, True Classic. They make you look jacked. True Classic sells premium products at an affordable price. You can get their best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more in 3, 6, and 9 packs. True Classic's activewear becomes essential for workouts and vacations alike. Their activewear crew necks offer moisture-wicking quick dry and odor control. Pair them with their super soft, stretchy joggers for all-day comfort. Right now, you can unlock big savings when you bundle items site-wide. Just go to my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/MSSP to save. That's trueclassic.com/MSSP and discover the perfect blend of summer vibes and timeless elegance with True Classic. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe today. Our next sponsor needs no introduction. You've seen the ads. You've heard us talk about it a million times. I bet there's a part of you, pun intended, that wants to try it. What am I talking about? Blue Chew. That's right. This isn't your grandpa's blue pill. Those were men for your grandpa. They didn't have those. This is the one. The OG chewable tablet for better sex. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in a chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. To be fair, I've never taken Blue Chew. My dick gets hard as hell, but I know a lot of guys that take it. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part? It's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead and be ready whenever an opportunity arises. Blue Chew wants you to have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Blue Chew wants the entire country rock hard. They told me that's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code DRENCHED at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code DRENCHED to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Tired of mystery pointing on a menu in a different country only to be served? Yep, snails. Why not actually speak the language and order what you want? That's where Babbel comes in. Babbel's 10-minute lessons are quick and handcrafted by over 200 language experts, ready to get you talking your new language in 3 weeks. Because talking is the key to really knowing any language. Babbel's tips and tools are grounded in the real-life stuff you'll actually need. Everything is focused on conversation, so you'll be ready to talk wherever you go. I love it. I got to start doing Babbel again. I've slacked on it, but I'm going to start doing having my daughter do Babbel, see if I can teach her Spanish, because everyone wants kids to learn 10 languages. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. Babbel has over 16 million subscriptions sold, plus all of Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by their 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's a special limited-time offer for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/drenched. Get up to 60% off babbel.com/drenched, spelled BABBEL.com/drenched. Rules and restrictions may apply. Yeah, also go to mattmccusker.com for tickets. I'll be in Portland, Oregon, and a bunch of other places. mattmccusker.com/dates, or just go to mattmccusker.com and click on dates, whichever you prefer. Thank you. We're back in. I do have to. I can't reveal that just yet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. So
you woke up in a panic.
I woke up in a panic last night with just a rush of ideas. Some absolutely terrifying, some absolutely enthralling.
Yeah.
And I was just I haven't. Dude, you know what? Actually, I think coffee was fucking me up from that. Because
Really?
I used to get these like constant rushes of just like weird, just like, oh, that's a good idea, or this would be funny. When I was drinking lots of coffee, and it had to do with sleep deprivation, I was just like not getting enough sleep, slamming coffee to stay awake, and I was in this cycle for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And as soon as I've been off the bean again, and again, I'm very sensitive to caffeine. You know, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but dude, I've been starting to have those like wild, like just every now and again, I'll be laying there in the middle of the night and stuff will come to me. When I was on the bean, I wasn't getting that.
Dude, yeah.
It's crazy. And again, that's just me. I do understand like waking up, hitting the Joe, and just getting after it. That is a nice thing you can do as well.
I'm 1 cup a day, though.
And you probably have a normal metabolism. I can have 1 cup a day, and it's like the edge of a panic attack. I know now
really?
because of the R ring. Yeah, I was checking my. That's the R ring.
What's the...
Tracks my stress.
Oh.
Tracks my stress, sleep, and physical activity. Dude, I swear to God, people can... Shit, hopefully people didn't see my sick email to myself over my shoulder. Let me see if I can find
How
it.
does it...
I've been showing this to everybody, dude. I can't stop fucking spurging about the R ring. So apparently there's a vein that runs through your... and it's not a sponsor or anything. There's like a vein that runs through your index finger that gives you like the best thing. Right now I'm just engaged. My stress just started clocking. I'm engaged. I'm not stressed.
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
engaged. But dude, when I've literally showed this to everybody. This is me on caffeine. It never really went to a relaxed period. This is me off the bean. Let me see. Actually, where's the last one? I stopped tracking a lot of these days, but this was like the first day. So yeah, this is on the bean. This is off the bean. How I dip back down.
Yeah.
And then if I've had days where I'm like kind of stressed, but still I'm hitting these like deep periods of relaxation. Like right there, look at that, bro.
Whoa.
Look at that fucking
And that's not a nap?
No, the nap, it'll track my nap and it'll tell me, it'll like put dotted lines and be like, looks like you were sleeping.
Yeah, I'd be worried about the data.
I'd love the data. Well, I was worried because I wanted to know. And like,
Yeah.
sorry, my nose is
You wanted to
running.
know
Allergies.
bean versus no bean.
I wanted to know my sleep, first of all.
I just don't like a thing telling me how I'm feeling.
Oh, I love it, dude.
You know?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. That's like, I didn't realize how stressed I was because you get into the world of like stress and lack of sleep for so long, it becomes normal.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, I'm kind of like chilling. This is the first time I actually drink coffee and chill. Then I realized I'm like, oh, I'm never hitting like those deep periods of relaxation throughout the day where I like get, like if I'm like done everything and I'm just chilling there for a second, my body will just be like, and kind of decompress. And I think that's like, you know, for like writing and thinking of things, like for me, I've learned if I hit that deep period of relaxation, like a gear will kick on in my brain and like I can start, it'll like, I don't know. I think that's good for me to hit those. I need those periods. I need the peaks and valleys. On the bean, I'm just in the peaks.
Yeah, dude.
And I never hit that deep reset. And I was becoming like, I felt like a zombie, dude.
Yeah.
There's a whole other part of me when I get to my deep reset, total chill. I used to have what it's called chill attacks, Or it's the opposite of a panic attack where I'm like, oh my God, dude, I might be chilling like too hard. And I wasn't.
And you'll never be able to get back up.
I was just like, bro, I might like disappear. Like I'm too chill right now.
But that's good. I feel like that's a zone you need to get into.
I was pumped on it. I was hitting it and I was like, this is cool. When I was on the bean, I'm up here just like total like all day long. And then I finally just crash at nighttime and fall asleep.
Yeah, man, it is weird.
Look, again, everyone needs their personalized data.
I
so
know.
it's like I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, and I think coffee is honestly the sweetest shit ever to wake up and pound coffee. It's awesome.
But dude, everyone's looking for the escape, the sweet escape. Anyone who's like in a relationship or certainly has kids, I feel like, is looking for somehow to take a week-long vacation inside of 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. Big time. Dude, there was
just like
waking up sleep deprived with kids yelling and being like, I'm going to get high on caffeine right now.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's an escape.
But it's sweet.
It's so
sweet.
good.
I don't want to be like puritanical about it. I'm saying for myself, and then it's the cool thing for me is if one day I'm like, you know what, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I can just fucking skits out for like 3 hours and be like, that was cool. But dude, it hooks you so fast. Caffeine is so addicting, dude.
Yeah.
Because I've always said, like, I want to try the nicotine and see if I can just get off of it. And I've heard that's even worse, more addicting than caffeine. I'm like, now I'm kind of scared. I'm like, dude.
Nicotine?
Yeah. I was like, it was a motherfucker getting off of caffeine. It was really hard.
Yeah, it's just so nice. It's the routine. It's the smell. It's like...
You're preaching to the choir. That's why I drink decaf. That's why I understand your NA beers, is I drink a huge mug of decaf coffee in the morning and I just pretend. I go like, dude, don't even talk to me until I had this decaf coffee. Don't even talk to me.
I know. Dude, and it's crazy because it's like, I've had like NA beers at the end of a day, just like sitting in the sun and been like, dude, I'm drunk right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel my body is like simulating first beer brain.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
It's
actually.
fucking rules.
And what about like fourth NA? Are you just kind of like, bro?
The thing
a
is,
little crazy right now.
it almost kind of feels like dream scenario where you're like drinking and not getting fucked up.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to like be able to pound a bunch of beers and still be able to hang.
Yeah.
It's the perfect recipe.
And it doesn't like crush people. When you drink water at a party, people will be like, water, bro?
That's
you drink NA beers, people respect them a lot.
Yeah. Well, I like the ones where the graphics are so complicated that people can't tell. That's
like a liquid death effect.
Yeah.
People are like, what? Every time,
exactly.
What is that? What are you drinking? An energy drink? Like, no, bro, it's just water.
Dude, 4th of July, I was just crushing NA beers and then went and did like spots at night. And it was like, I felt like a superhuman.
That's kind of tight. So do you...
It's like I drank all day and I'm sober.
Yeah.
And can do things. It was like...
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you like, do you like hybrid? Are you just on the NA beers right now? Or are you like doing like a...
Well, it's a way
approach?
I'm switching to like a targeted strike mode of drinking. Where it's like
yeah, I know what you
just
mean.
so I'm not drinking all the like for something like really fun and cool, I'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
I'm
for
trying to like
chill
pick
mode.
them. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Slam the NAs. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm still like, I'm not drinking. I'm just like, I'm trying to be,
Slow gear, fast gear. You have gears now.
Yeah.
You have the shifter.
Yeah.
You have gear 1 and gear 2.
Yeah. If something's cool, I'll drink for it.
That's a good idea, man. Because I like I like cigars for that reason, because it's the same thing. It's like you're not getting fucked up from them. They kind of give you a mild buzz, but it's something you sit there and relax and do for like 40 minutes.
Yes.
But I'm such a pussy about the taste the next day. I have to really be like, dude, Ulysses Grant had like 50 of these a day. I got to stop being a bitch and just have a shitty cigar mouth.
I know, but there is a cigar hangover.
The mouth? You're saying
the
like...
mouth, like how your mouth feels.
Yeah.
It's like...
But I just crush gum. Now I go like, fuck it. I'll just crush gum and just stop being such a bitch about it.
Yeah.
Because I will complain to my dad. My dad loves cigars, and I like smoking with him when I'm with him. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, but the next day your mouth tastes like shit. And he just looks at me like, what the fuck? You're a girl? Like, who gives a fuck how your mouth tastes? I'm like, oh, it makes me feel kind of queasy, dude.
Yeah, it makes me feel weird talking to people.
But if you just crush cinnamon gum, dude, you can really get out there and just ignore it altogether.
Cigar is nice too, because
Exactly. So yeah, that's my...
you kind of need to be doing things outwardly to let people know not to fuck with you.
Yeah, true.
Like when you're having a cigar, people can't assign you tasks.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
That's
also kind of like what I enjoy about like reading is that you can't read it with me.
Yeah, true. You can't do this.
Sometimes you're watching something on TV and someone sits down and you're like, I don't want to watch this with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with you reacting to this. I just want to be in the book. Solo experience.
True. Yeah. And it's the ultimate sig break. It's like, well, this is going to take 45 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And can't you see I'm in a mood?
Yeah, I'm doing something right now.
Right.
I got we had a kids party recently, and I got kind of bucked at the kids party, and it was go mode for me as well. I was like, whenever I'm loading up a cooler during the day, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking try to drink, and I don't drink that much, but for me it was enough, and I just got kind of sauced up at this party, and then that night I was like, I gotta walk my dogs, and I was like, I'm gonna smoke a cigar while I walk my dogs. I was like kind of hammered. It was so nice, and I didn't realize there was like a family behind me. So like it was like a dad and his kid, and a dad and his like 10-year-old kid were right behind me. I just let out like a huge cloud of smoke, and I was like.
Yeah, they
I'm
can
so
cross
sorry.
the street.
Guys, I'm so fucking sorry. I was apologetic because I was like, I'm so sorry. People blow smoke in my kids' faces, I freak. Like if we're at the airport and someone stands right in front of me and lights a cig, I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here with that. I genuinely didn't know. So I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I was in an absolute, it was like the sun was coming down. I was doing my little nature walk with my dogs. I was in fucking heaven, dude.
Dude.
Absolute heaven.
Cigar in the woods.
It was nice.
Super.
It's like a little there's like ponds and stuff, and you kind of like walk past them, and I was just absolute heaven until my dogs pull on the leash, and I turn it. It's like a blind rage. I'm like, fuck. I've had to really work on that down here in Philadelphia. They're way more tolerant of just yanking a dog and being like, what the fuck? Come on.
Yeah.
Here it's like
people get mad.
Yeah, I noticed they're not really down with that at all. So I've been getting way better with it too, where they yank me and I'm like, and now I know I'm like, you probably have to poop.
Do you think it's a disrespect thing from the dogs?
No, it's just a physical thing. It's like I'm walking and my body gets jerked and I'm instantly just furious.
Yeah.
I'm walking and my shoulder gets... It's like somebody bumping you really hard.
Yeah.
Like it's like that physical sensation where you're like, what the fuck? You get confused for like a split second. You're like, you just see your dog like... And you're like, fuck! Stop! Dude, stop! You're just fucking... I almost fell.
Yeah. I do that with like inanimate objects.
Have you like bump into them?
Yeah, or if you're moving something and they like fall, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
I was like moving like a vase or something, and we had like I had a bunch of like comic books and like book holders.
Yeah, and
one of the book holders just slid out and everything fell.
Oh,
and
I
was like,
pisses me. I know exactly what happened.
Yeah, dude, I was yelling at my girl. I was like, these book holders are done. They're done.
Get them out of here. They don't fucking work.
I'm done with this shit.
When the fucking books slide this way, just what the fuck's... Dude, if I take one book out, when I have like bookends and the whole thing collapses, I'm like, what's the point of those things, dude?
Yeah.
I get actually very furious.
Yeah, when it's like a thin thing, it needs like weight on it in order to work.
Dude, when you have kids especially and they leave their shit everywhere. Yeah. It used to happen to me when I would paint houses, like when there's just shit everywhere and I try to walk and I'm like, there's stuff all around my feet. I go into like a toddler freak out where I'm like, get this shit the fuck out of here. I'll be in the room at nighttime, the playroom, it's like with toys, because there's like a path to the door I need to get to. It'll be covered in toys. My one dog's going blind, so he's like walking into shit and falling, and I'll just be like, this fucking shit, and start kicking stuff. Fucking kicking the rug under me. Just start kicking shit everywhere, just by myself at nighttime. Dude, I had the ultimate spaz recently. I forgot about this. Where was I? I was somewhere. I was coming back. I think I was here, actually, doing a podcast. Oh, yeah. I was here. I did one with Marcus King. We went out to eat. I'm a fucking dumbass. I knew I didn't have enough time. I had to take my dog to the vet, and I'm like, I could squeeze in lunch. And as soon as the ball was in motion, I was like, there's no way I can pull this off. I'm fucked.
I know. That's my whole life.
Oh,
That's
God.
my whole life.
Oh, and then I had to take it to go like a weirdo. I was like, actually, guys, I want to take my food and go have fun at lunch. It was the worst thing ever.
That's my whole life. It's like, how are you going to turn down going to lunch or whatever with Marcus King?
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then you realize that you're completely fucked. And now you have to do an even more embarrassing thing.
Well, my wife called me as I sat down for lunch. She's like, you're not going to be able to do this. And I was like, I can. And I knew
Why don't you let me worry about me?
I knew I was fucked. And then I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm sitting there like every second they didn't bring out my food is agony. I'm like, fuck. Because my wife's like, you can't order anything. You just have to leave now. And I was like, I can get it to go. Dude, and then I go to leave. I'm late. I call the place. I'm like, yo, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. They're like, yeah, that's cool. Gridlock. Fucking Biden came to town. Dude, shut down the whole fucking thing. And so I'm like, what the fuck is he doing here? Yeah. There's no point of him being here.
No.
He fucked up the whole city. Dude, it was like, for real, 35 to 40 minutes. It's a 12-minute drive to my house.
Yeah.
I would come to a thing, get stopped, there'd be cops there, I'd go back around, more traffic. I did this forever. My wife's calling me. She's like, fine, I'll take the dogs myself. I'm like, don't take the fucking dogs. I'll get the dogs. Actually, fuck it. I'll cancel the appointment. We're going back and forth. And she hung up without saying goodbye. And dude, I punched my phone's on this little thing. I fucking just punched my phone and then threw it. And I hit my phone so hard that it dialed 911 thinking I'd been in a car crash. I didn't know phones could do that, by the way. I fucking rocked my phone. It was like a double punch slam against the door. Fucking slam my phone.
The Ring had to be pissed.
She claims she hung up on accident, by the way. I know better.
No,
but
yeah. Oh,
I didn't mean that. I didn't know you were still talking. We'll just let that one live. But dude, the point is, I hit my phone so hard. I didn't spaz like this in a while. It was a full fucking spaz, like a retro spaz. And dude, so then my phone, I threw it. I couldn't find it. I'm still trying to drive, and there's cops directing stuff. So my phone's against the side of my thing, hooked up to my car phone. So it's like 911. I was like, oh, and I have to like pull over and grab my phone, and I hang up. And they call me back, like, what's your emergency? And I was like, bro, I spazzed on my wife and punched my phone. Dude, he just laughed. He was like, it's all good, bro. You're good. I was like, dude, apparently if you throw your phone really hard, it calls 911. He's like, oh, so you're fine? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, bro. I just spazzed out. My wife's pissing me off.
Dude.
He was like, yeah. He's like, all right, brother.
I watched that.
What?
Them shut down I-35 because my place looks out on I-35.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
Dude, they just turned it off.
I'm a traffic junkie, dude. Do not fuck up traffic unless it's the most important thing in the world.
When you say junkie, you mean like you?
Things need to flow. I just need.
So you're a flow junkie.
Yes.
I thought you were saying you crave the slow crawl of
I can't
traffic.
stand traffic. Literally, like since I was a toddler, if we got in traffic, I would like try to go to sleep in the back seat. It's like it's the only thing that I have like genuinely have like a phobia of.
Yeah, of just stopping.
Yes, and I can't stand it. I don't understand it. It drives me nuts. So the idea that someone
you weren't even in the traffic. You're like,
I was standing on my balcony looking at it and being like, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. Like,
you were cursing it from above.
Dude, because they shut it down for like 5 hours.
Dude, it fucked me up so bad.
And it's like, take a fucking helicopter.
Don't come.
Yes.
You're demented. Stay out. Don't spend. Dude, it's millions of dollars. It's got to cost millions of dollars to come here. Stop it.
Dude, I remember hearing a report that like traffic in China costs their economy like billions, hundreds of billions of dollars every year. And so every time I see something like that, it's like, this is costing the state of Texas money.
Yeah.
On top of obviously paying everyone to shut down the fucking highway. But it's
That's
like,
insane.
This is like, people aren't getting to where they need to go. Packages are not being delivered. Things are fucking not happening. Because why?
Dude,
you quit. No one's going to try to kill you now.
I know. I think they were hoping, they were probably lobbing him up like, you guys better not shoot this guy. I mean, dude, they could
helicopter him to the airport.
I know.
Save everyone the trouble. Just never shut down the highway.
Dude, let them do it from TV too, man.
Yeah.
It was also, it's 102 degrees out.
Or just drive on the highway in a tank.
Just don't tell anybody he's coming.
Yeah.
No one's gonna fucking
Nobody
know.
knew. The only way people found out was them shutting down. I was like, who the fuck is this?
Dude, the vet that I was supposed to go to, I called him and I was like, bro, I'm just not coming. Like 35 shut down. They're like, yeah. So like, dude, how many people, say you had to you're like a cake maker and you had to deliver a birthday cake and you're like, yo, I can't make it to you right now. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Or there's a bunch of people that had appointments at your fucking spa or your nail place or your vet or whatever, and that didn't show up because and had a valid excuse, and you're just like, well, fuck.
Yeah, so they could do some weird satanic enterprise, just like puppeting around a fucking demented guy.
Yeah. What did he give it? I mean, I can't even imagine what he said.
I think you're right. I think they just propped him up for the headshot. They're like, bro, please take it off. Yeah. This will be so sick, because then they would win.
What?
And just like the whole image martyrdom thing. Yeah. Like if Biden gets shot, they will spin it into like...
Just put a mask on a regular guy.
Oh, yeah. Fake him out. Yeah, we can't even...
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't
Would you even care?
What? If they faked Biden? No.
Yeah, if you found out one day Biden was doing like 6 events in different places at the same time.
And it was fake Biden? No, I wouldn't care.
You'd go, good.
It'd be more argument for the quantum position.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
You go to Disneyland and you take a picture with Mickey Mouse. You're not like, this isn't fucking Mickey Mouse. I know. You're just like, yeah, the guy put his suit on. We're getting the photo.
Or like mega churches, a lot of them have satellite churches where they just like they're at one place and just beams out to different locations. Like, let them be on fucking TV, man. That guy does not need to be flying in fucking Air Force One.
Yeah.
Rallying the troops.
Yeah, the pressure.
I mean, dude, the Kamala craze is sweet. I think that shit's been making me laugh so hard. Like, no, there's a genuine movement growing behind. I'm like, I'm almost positive this is not a genuine movement.
There's no way. No one's.
This is not a grassroots. Be like, people are really waking up to Kamala. It's like, no, they're not. This is all PR firms.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Yeah,
white dudes for Kamala, not a grassroots movement. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, I get a sense of relief that Biden quit, but genuine enthusiasm is like terrifying for Kamala.
That's not true. There's nobody.
It can't be.
They're trying to be like, yeah, dude, she's basically like Obama.
Yeah,
like, no, she's not. Dude.
I've never met one. Yeah.
We've tasted the sweet fruit of a black president. So it's like they're trying to cash in, like, first female black president. And then everyone's like, she's actually Indian.
Obama was the end of people thinking that something would be different.
Yeah. That was the great disillusionment.
Yeah,
I was like, I even was like, bro, this is crazy, man. We're living in a different world now.
Yeah.
It turned out
and
right.
No, it's the same. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
And then, so now it's just like, nobody's going to be excited. How could you be excited?
Yeah. She'd have to be cool. Like, I don't know why they can't find someone who's genuinely cool. Like, they're such fucking dorks.
I don't know.
I mean, it's obvious when you're cool, you're like, I'm not going to sit in Washington for 15 years and lick people's fucking shoelaces. And
well, dude, this is what I was. Why? Well, like, I feel like there should be more referendums.
What's that? What is a
referendum?
referendum?
I don't know. When I voted, there would be like the names of the people, and then they would ask you like a question at the bottom that was like, you want a casino here? Or like,
yeah, I like
how you
that.
feel about weed? They should just have one that's just like, should we fire everyone that works in Congress and start over?
Yeah, that'd be so sweet.
And it's like, take a vote on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone who's currently in is out.
Yeah.
And no longer allowed to run.
Let's fucking like they do with the waiters at restaurants.
Slate.
Like they do with waiters at restaurants, where it's like, you got to clean house. If you have a restaurant, you got to fire your whole wait staff every 5 years because they get
they get infected with each other.
It gets infected. They start having their friends come in and giving people like bartenders like to show up when I'm working. It becomes all this like free deal kind of economy where they all start being like, I run this place. I've heard from multiple people. Every 5 years, you might keep one loyal dog and just fucking chop the heads of your whole staff.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sounds fucked up, but I've known so many people at restaurants who get jobs there, and they're like, yo, come in, don't worry about your check. Like, just pay me a big tip and I'll ring you up for like $20.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that happen multiple times. Like, just come in, I'm bartending, like, I got you.
Yeah.
Which apparently the bartenders are like, part of the job is knowing when you're supposed to get free drinks. It's part of bartender culture. But a lot of them will abuse it and have people in and be like, fuck, who's this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like...
Shit, I think Gardini's stuck outside. Oh, Lemise and Gardini. Let's where are we at time-wise?
Hour 3.
Ooh, nice. My God, dude. What time do you got to go?
I got a little time.
All right, let's bring
I think my flight's going to get canceled anyway.
So what time's your flight?
Hurricane 3. 2:45.
All right, let's slide into the Patreon. What do you got? Where can people catch you? Obviously, Stuff
Island.
Check out Stuff Island.
That's pretty much it.
What show you got? Shows coming up? Or you guys coming off that? You guys had a big old tour.
Going up to Philly for tires.
Sweet.
For the rest of the year, I think.
All right, nice, man. You're going,
which is awesome. Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend was complaining that I always seem every time someone asks me how I'm doing on a podcast, I'm like, fine.
Yeah, I mean,
she's like, things are good.
Yeah.
Why don't you say things are good?
Because you got to get in a double bracelets mode and be like, bro, everything is just like, it's all falling according to plan, dude.
Dude. I also that's like a big fear in my life is like being positive and then catastrophe striking.
Try it. Do it as an experiment.
Like, I'd so much rather be on a podcast and be like, I don't know, things are good. And then I die. And people go, he kind of saw it coming. They're like, true. Everything's awesome.
Everyone laughs at your dead body.
It's all on the up and up. I can't see a bad thing happening.
Dude, I've been convinced that 80% of doing any sort of like acting, stand-up, 80% of the job is learning how to like stop the ceaseless torrent of negative self-thoughts.
Yeah.
I had to do a thing the other day. I was so uncomfortable the whole time. And I was like, my job is to not freak out. That's all I got to do is not freak out and do my best. I did with stand-up. I've like learned to like, I used to sit back there and be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I suck. I'm going to fucking forget everything and freak out. And I've been trying to tap into like, bro, it is what it is. I'm having a good time.
Oh, dude.
You're having a good time. I'm having a good, and I'll
Yeah.
see someone not having fun. I'm like, what the fuck is that, bro?
Yeah. I spiral into a place where I'm like, are these even your ideas? This is what you're bringing to the table. Like things that I like genuinely thought was funny. I'm just like, this is who you are. What the fuck is wrong with you? You say something interesting.
You got a double leather wrist. Like, man, this is crazy, bro. Nobody does it like me.
Yeah. Of all the things you could possibly say, you chose these subjects. You're an embarrassment. Yeah.
Chris O'Connor, thank you so much. We'll slide into the Patreon.